Yo. Chat. Oh, duh. I can hear myself. All right. I know the stream is working because I just heard myself on my phone. Yo. What is good, friends? We are bots. Chris, are you bots? Are we human? Or are we dancer? I don't know if that rang a bell for anybody else, but that for me was that rang a bell for me. Good evening, my friends. Happy Sunday, dude. I've got a couple of joints nearby. I am prepared to light them up if need be. However, I am on a little bit of a mission first because I think we're gonna have a volatile open. And if we're gonna have a volatile open, I'm kind of down to trade. Like kind of down to do a couple evals. I've got a couple of take profit accounts I'd like to get business handled on. You know what I mean? Like to get business handled, son. Oh god, that was bad. I don't know what just happened. Okay, there we go. Please bear with me. I did no preparation for this. All right, there we go. And then hold on. Let me log into TPT. I'm gonna knock out a few evals tonight if we've got some mobility. If the market be moving. Oh my god, it doesn't remember my goddamn password. Holy shit. All right. Stand by, dude. I gotta copy paste my fucking password. Hate this shit. And TPT now, love TPT, but they now require 2FA every time you log in. And like, I love the security and stuff, but like my authenticators on my old goddamn, like, Jesus Christ, dog. What are we doing here? All right. We logged into TPT. We got business to handle. Hold on. All right. Apologies about that. I had to log in. I love you guys. I don't love you enough to give you my password to shit. I hope you can understand that. Maybe not. Happy Sunday, friends. We've got a few minutes. How we doing? My dog. What's good, Sea-Dog? Every day, baby. Every day. We're live on YouTube 6 days a week. Carrie, what up, my brother? It was good, dude. I didn't really do shit, to be honest with you. I just watched the stream recordings back, and I watched the Hunger Games, to be totally honest. 1 and 2. Pretty fire. Not that I haven't seen them before, but they are great. What's good? I'm ready for the reason I'm here, quite frankly, is because we had some news over the weekend. The Strait of Hormuz or Hormuz. I'm terrible at pronouncing things in general. I'm definitely going to be terrible at pronouncing that. I just turned my microphone up. I think the volume should be good, but let me just confirm on my phone. I want to hear how I sound. I'm here because I sound good. I think I can hear myself on the phone. I sound good. I think I can hear myself on the phone. Okay, I'm happy with that. All right, squad. We got to do 2 things real quick before we lock in. I got to make an Instagram video. Let's just do a picture. Gang, good evening, my friends. Welcome. And I say we are live. We're live. Okay. Sorry, I had to do that. It's not my job. Well, it's actually quite literally, on some level, is my job. That was not a good video. What is up, my friends? How are we doing? Chicos, Giannis, Pangs, D-Ro King, Sarah, Mindcore, Jazlee, Jean, Leo, Cultivating, 6Kev. What up, my brother, 6Kev? Yvonne, Bassett, C-Dog, what's good? Randy, Carrie, Nas, Claymore, Blanca. Oh, Blanca, I love that username. Blanca. Dude, I would use a dog. I would name a dog Blanca. Sage, Steph, Ramirez, Cole, Mindcore. What's good, guys? What's good? What up? I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty jealous of Ron G. Beck, Squaw. What's good? Joseph, Coach Fred, Lil Clip, Ron, my brother. What's good, dude? I'm not gonna lie, guys. I was a little jealous of Ron the other night when he was doing the night stream. I was like, this is kind of fun. This is kind of fun. If you're not coming on until 7 and we've got news about the Strait of Hormuz or Hormuz, I'm just not going to pronounce it right. We can accept that and move on now. We've got news about it though. I'm expecting a little volatility. I am not going to lie. I'm definitely not on tilt. And I know that some of you really worry about me, and I love that for you. But I promise, and I love that for me. I'm really grateful for you. I promise I'm not on tilt. That being said, I'm still a little bit upset that on Friday, this was the long I wanted. And if I had just waited like 2 minutes, I probably would have gotten it. And so in an effort to prevent further tilts, I'm going to do a little eval trading tonight. Hopefully get a couple evals ready to rock tomorrow. And maybe take 420. Tomorrow's 420. I'm going to be trading, but maybe not be putting on a ton of risk in my personal account. Maybe just keep that safe, right? If I have a few evals to trade, I'll keep it safe. I'll keep it safe, baby. I'll keep it safe. I'll keep it safe. There's nothing to do in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is an amazing place. Now, I just haven't built a good friend group yet. There's a lot of traders out here, but and I'll talk more about that. First, let me talk about the markets a little bit. Let me get in my flow a little bit. Before we get too deep in catch up time, because Ron G will be on at 7. I'm just doing a quick hour before he comes on. Try and pass some evals. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to be a degenerate tomorrow. If you guys see me trading my live account with 5 contracts tomorrow, I give you permission to call me stupid. Down 1,000 points. Okay, that seems ambitious. Haven't we closed the Strait of Hormuz? Haven't we closed the strait and reopened it like 15 times? Am I wrong about that? I really thought that I'd read through that news cycle. Dude, I don't know what it is. This is going to be extraordinarily hard to erase. Like this. I'm sorry. I'll zoom in. Apologies for those of you on your phone. I know that I can't cater to the phone people much, but I will try when I can. Guys, in order to erase this candle, it's going to take something that's a 1,800 point candle. We would need 1,000 point gap down and then another 1,000 point gap down. I don't know, dog. I don't know. Let me take a look at gold. Gold's, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure how gold has been reacting to this news. So I'm curious to see, much like you, how it reacts. Overall, I'm super bullish on gold. Back into these all-time highs. I just think it's going to be a much more fun trade. Gold will be a lot more fun trade in a couple weeks. I think when it's at those highs. I think it'll be a little bit less fun until then. All right, everyone lock in. Market's about to open. Markets are open. Hold on. We need a little music. Nothing to get us copyright issued. All right, gap down. Holy. It's like 300 points. Okay, guys, we've gapped down to prices not seen since yesterday's pre-market session. All right. We're at yesterday's high. Where's GC at? Oh, GC down. Oh, why is GC down so much? All right, guys, we need the multi-screen. Hold on. Everyone lock in. Lock in. I got nothing levels-wise in this area from the NQ. I'm not seeing anything from the NQ on these levels. Let's see. Bro, this 1 hour chart is ridiculous. Of course we're not seeing anything. Am I crazy though? All right, 518. 518. Are we not at 518? That looks super familiar. 518. I'm pretty sure we're at that price, are we not? Okay, we're close. Giving the levels indicator a second to load. Okay, there it is. 518. Boom. Boom. Okay. Let's see. My gut would say we go down to 518. All right, I'm not taking a trade in the first 9 minutes, okay? Because, well, I'm not going to put limits on myself like that. But typically speaking, I'm going to try to wait at least a minute or two. Or we just long gold right off the bat. I'm putting the degen hour sign on. Because, well, no, this isn't really degen hours. I'm just passing evals. And realistically, this take profit trader eval It was not super expensive. I don't want to lose it, but like, I'm willing to shoot a shot with it. All right, here we go. I totally agree with the chat. We're only looking for total banger with no drawdown, max payout. Boom. I agree, guys. We're on the hunt. All right, we need a little bit of lo-fi. Just something to keep the vibes going. Just a little background to keep the vibes going. Just a little lo-fi. All right, we have NQ getting back over its opening print here. This is insane. The straight is closed. We're on the verge of nuclear warfare. And the markets are down all the way. All the way, the markets are down to prices seen yesterday. We got down into yesterday's high, bro. I expect this to hold. I wish we had come down to 518, but... All right, sorry, let me pop the chat out. I would like to be... During the normal market hours, guys, I'm not able to be super interactive with the chat. Just, it has nothing to do with you guys. It honestly has nothing to do with the speed of the chat either. I just get so locked in on trading, and I feel like that's where you guys want me to be. But I also like am addicted to chat. So I want to talk. I want to hang. So tonight is a good opportunity for me to do that. This is kind of frustrating, though. How does this daily chart look? All right, this opening action kind of confirms my thoughts also on something else. For those of you who love when I trade the NQ rather than the GC, I think you're going to be happy because I think this current action we're seeing is confirming kind of what happened this week, which is that the NQ is just stronger right now. It's more volatile. It's more movement. The GC is just still in a range. So I'm kind of just less interested in it till it kind of fixes this problem and gets more into like the fun. NQ right now, fun. GC, not fun. GC feels like not fun. Let me shrink my head a little bit, sorry. They call me Big Head in high school. Happy Sunday, my friends. Victoria, Afat, Bug's always pushing. Leo, good evening, my friends. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the squad. Oh, would somebody mind subscribing really quickly to the channel if you don't already? Just because Ron G is he's testing some stuff right now. And we could use your help testing. Good to see you, Miggy. What is good? Chicos, you're new here. Ah, welcome, dude. You're in for a very happy treat. This is the Rake Trades Network Project 365. We are live on the air at least 6 days a week for the next year. We actually were live 7 days a week because I am totally addicted to the chat. Okay, timeout. We are retesting the opening print here, and I don't really I haven't really, this is not like my forte. I haven't traded the overnight session in a while. So inherently I'm going to be a little bit, I feel like just different. It's going to take a little learning curve. There we go. Sorry. All right. Gold is super boring. So we're going to go to one chart because I want to stop switching between these two. The NASDAQ is at the opening print though, which is kind of what I'm interested in maybe taking a trade off of. Took a small long on oil. Frank, what is up? Ramirez, Dev, what's good? Nomad took the long on oil. Nomad, is that Josh? Oh, I like that. Holding the opening print. Ron G, what do you think about that? My man, bro. I appreciate you being here. Caught the long on NQ. Nice, nice. Yeah, I feel like you just got to go for smaller moves right now. So if you already got the long on there, that's probably was a nice fucking trade. All right, so if I've been listening to Ron G's insight well, which I encourage you all to stay on the stream tonight from 7 to 9. He will be here and on. I wanted to hop on a little early. I'm not gonna lie. He comes on at 7. I was like, we open at 6, baby. Let me get on there. But if I've been learning from Ron G, right, oil and the NASDAQ should, in theory, move opposites of each other. So if oil were potentially looking to move higher, that would, in that case, be having us looking to move a little bit lower on the NASDAQ. I'm in no rush, though. Yeah, I just saw someone ask, would you wait 15 minutes to see if we truly hold the open in previous day's highs to take 15, 30 points? Yes. I am currently not in a rush to do nothing. I think that usually these big gaps have like at least a little bit of consolidation, and I'm kind of banking on that. I'm hoping that with the trade will set up in the near future, but I don't think one is necessarily like ready. Yet that being said, dude, we're in Asia session. From what I've heard, all things go in Asia session. There's no rules. From what I've heard, there's literally no rules. Ron G makes it sound like a playground. Yeah, see, I see that wick up here. If you're targeting this area on a long on oil, I'd maybe look for some pullback or failure to go lower first. I don't know, though. Usually after spikes, we need a little consolidation before getting back up there. Just like this one, we had that spike. We needed the little rest bar at the opening print. And now we're trying to get back up there. There's this song, I forget what it is, but the guy literally goes, no rush, and like slows it down. And I wish that I knew that song, so I wish I could play it whenever we wanted to be like, no rush. Chris, what is good, my brother? What is good, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday night. Very grateful for all of you tuning in. 284 concurrent viewers on a Sunday night, and we're not even 9 minutes in. Oh, guys, I am so grateful. I'm having such a fun time with this project. And we will be on for 5 more hours tonight because we have Ron G on from 7 to 9, and then Mr. Allen, who's incredible, from 1 to 3 a.m. Eastern. So technically tomorrow. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yeah, do me a favor. Throw a thumbs up on the stream for me. I'm very grateful for you guys. I am going to give Ron G an account to give away. I haven't given him a code yet, but I'm going to give Ron G an account to give away so he can give one away at the end of his stream tonight. Or whenever he deems fit. I do trade the YM, which is US 30. I do trade it. I'm not going to lie. I favor the NASDAQ, and I actually usually favor gold. But gold has been super boring lately. I'm wondering if this is... Okay. Gold looks significantly less boring. Gold looks significantly less boring. Okay, we're 10 minutes in. Lock in. Gold is now retesting the opening print. I would love a little 2-minute 1, 2, 3. We might not get that though. It's an eval. You got to try something sometime. I'm not trying nothing yet, but I'm waiting for a 1, 2, 3 maybe. That went the total opposite direction though. That's why you don't rush. No rush, no rush. But I'm watching. That's the goal, baby. BPC, my dude. Super glad to see you in here, dude. I'm a huge fan of your content. Big fan, bro. So it's sick to see you in here. Yeah, that's the goal, baby. The Anchorman 24-hour network. That's the goal. I hope to get it there. First trader run, truly, sort of 24-hour one. Okay, gold. I'm interested. I know I just said that I was staying away from gold and I was sticking with the NASDAQ, and I know I just said that. Oh man. Okay, I'm letting gold chill for the next 3 minutes. 3 minutes at least. On a Lucid Pro account, do you only need 3 days to pay out? I believe on a Lucid Pro, you need 5. If I'm not mistaken, unless they change those rules. Unless they change the rules, Lucid Pro is 5. D, what is up, the queen? How are you? Unorthodox Dro. I see what you're saying. If we break under, I'm letting this 5-minute bar close on gold. Really, that will kind of be the decision maker for me. Because if we break under that bar's low, not only am I interested in the long, but I also understand your short thesis as well. We've kind of failed these highs. So far, we've just consolidated. Guys, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. When the market gaps big ways, all right, we need a little bit of consolidation after. That was important for me to make a make myself full screen there for a second, because you need to know that when the markets have big gaps, expect a little bit of consolidation. And really, who I'm speaking to is myself, because Friday, if I had just waited for that little bit of consolidation, I would have been fine. Instead, I slammed the buttons faster than a teenage girl chasing Justin Bieber, dude. Speaking of which, pretty sick performance. I don't know if any of you watched. I did not watch the full thing yet, but I've seen clips. Love Biebers. You used to hate him. Eventually you realize you're like, dude, he's great. We need more context with these gaps. I agree with you, Christian. What is up, by the way, my brother? O'Malley. Is that Christian? I know, wait, sometimes your brother uses, you guys have similar handles. No Pressure is the Bieber song, really? I loved his performance, man. I loved it. What's wrong with the colors of my up candles? They're green. What's wrong with those? What's wrong with my color candles? You guys don't like the colors of my candle? That's crazy, dog. Gorgeous, gorgeous. What up, Christian? How are you, brother? All right, let's see what we can get here, my friends. I'm not gonna lie, the gold is giving me bad vibes. I think gold's gonna be stuck in a range for a bit, and I'm like here to see if that somehow doesn't the case. Asia session has no rules, nothing works. Fuck it. Damn, son. So we just full poured. All right. Smoked a little joint for the session. All right, shit, man. I got them loaded up over here. I'm ready. I'm not rocking right away. I gotta, because I'm trying to lock in. Is this gonna offer a 2-minute buy? Is that enough though, dog? Someone asked me, how do I handle TPD's intraday trailing drawdown? I try to hit my first trade and get over the buffer. And it sucks, but it's just part of the game. TPT, it's like, you know what you signed up for. It's almost like a bad hinge date where it just feels not great from the start, but you're like, who knows, right? I feel that way about TPT. I go into it with like, I know their rules. They're not the most friendly rules. However, what I like about them is as soon as I'm done with the eval, day one, or I can get 10K in payouts, and that is worth it to me. So I like TPT. I like to have a few TPTs that I'm like working on, because then all of a sudden one day you have one ready and you can get 10K in singular payout, which is awesome. Running giveaway anytime soon. Dog, that just leads me to believe you're just here for the giveaway, dog. Which I get, because I would want to win a giveaway too, but lie to me a little bit. Don't be that blunt that you're just here for the giveaway, you know? Lie to me a little bit. Make me feel better about myself. I just joined your premium Discord within the last hour. Dude, super glad to have you. Dive in. Those mastermind recordings are incredibly powerful. They are my life's work. So I hope that you enjoy those. They get better as you go. Numbers 3 through 6 are really powerful. Lessons 2 is still super worth it. I don't trust gold, guys. I see the 2-minute trigger. I see it. I see what everyone's seeing. I see it. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I think let's see. I normally have a very anti-shorting gold rule. But I'll try it on this failure just because I can't shake the feeling that, and it didn't even trigger nothing yet. On the 1 minute here, we did technically trigger, but let's see. Guys, this is an evaluation. Where's my degen hours sign? Hold on. Hold on. I don't know where it's at. It got deleted. All right, well, you guys are just going to have to take my word for it. You are anti-short and anti-long. Well, no, dog. That's impossible. I don't think we're going to fill the gap on NQ that quickly. Gap fills overnight on the weekend. Everyone always wants those super fast. It's pretty rare that it happens like going into Monday. Last week that happened, which just leads me to believe it won't happen again. Sorry, my mouse and computer are moving really slowly right now. Like frozen level slowly. I don't want to freeze. Okay. What is possibly running on my computer that could be? I have nothing open. I have Take Profit Trader's window page open. Could that be using so much fucking of my bandwidth? This is the most simplest my computer will ever be. It's just OBS and 2 Chrome windows. All right, apologies. Guys, I am trying a gold short. I don't feel great about it, but I like it enough to give it a shot. I just think that in this range, I think it's unlikely that we go fill the gap so quickly. We might, but I would expect a little bit more range and consolidation. So I am essentially taking a range trade here off of a failure to go higher at the upper end of the range. I don't like the short gold. This isn't me, but I like this chart enough. I'm really betting on most people getting screwed, kind of, because I think most people will aim for the gap fill. But these gaps, they rarely get filled one night after they open. It just is a rare sight to see. Maybe not one night is not that I'd phrase it. They usually don't just go V rally back up to getting filled. Sometimes they do. Last week was an example of that, but last week was also a outlier, I feel like. So that's my trade for now. I need my DJ now. I need you guys to know that this is an evaluation, but I don't really want to just like write that across the board, but I guess I should. But we all know this. I'm betting on range type action. We'll see if I'm right or not. So far, it looks like no dice. Happy Sunday, my friends. Just checking the chat now. Andre, going through the lessons 5 of the masterclass. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Those are my favorite lessons of all time. That lesson, seriously. We just added a few more of recordings, so I hope you enjoy those. Because I love those lessons more than anything. Really, at the bottom of my heart, I do. And I'm glad that you're enjoying it so far. Cheers, my man. Thank you for being here. It's gonna be a good week, Manuel. Tony, hi, I am new here. 848. What up, 848? Welcome to the squad. We have the best streams in the entire internet, in my opinion. I'm obviously a little biased. But I do think that we have the best streams in the entire internet. And I think that's actually not even being biased. I think that's just being logical. For the NQ, I'm range. I think it needs to range for a little bit. I think gold needs to range for a little bit. NQ is strong though. The fact that it's even triggering a 5-minute potential higher low here, the fact that we're not even retracing to the opening print is saying enough. Gold has started to briefly work in my favor. I don't really need all that many points. I don't know why my R2R tool is like this. I literally only need like 5 points on this many contracts. No, that's not true. I need like 9. Ah, my dude, that Forex. What a day those Forex ones, man. Been digging the streams, listening to them at work. Hell yeah. Record week last week across 100, cost traded by 150K lightning funding. Gavin, my dude, that means the world to me, bro. Thank you so much. That is the exact goal. My vision for this is something like my dad and I were just talking about sports, bro. I was listening to so many Brian Windhorst podcasts that I was just like, dude, human beings like to listen to other people talk about stuff. And that's the vision with this 24-hour Anchorman style network, baby. All right, so I need 9 points, I believe. Basically 4,800. My R to R on normal trades is my R to R on normal trades. Sorry guys, I'm going periodically through the chat as I watch this trade. My R to R on normal trades is like 2.5 to 1 minimum usually. I like bigger winners. That's kind of the footprint of who I am as a trader. But on on evals, I usually just go for 1-to-1 risk. Yeah. There's no delay. It's only about 2 or 3 seconds. I don't advise anyone to signal my trades and bot my trades just because the long run, it's not going to be sustainable for you. That being said, I'm also not an idiot. Like, I'm aware when people watch other streamers, like I'd be an idiot to say that no one's following my trades. Like, of course people are following my trades. Like, I'm not an idiot, but I don't advise it because I'm me and you're you, but that's just like I would let this go back to break even right now. And you might jump off a bridge if that happened, and like, I don't want that to happen. I don't want you off a bridge, but I like that the NQ is pulling back as well. I feel pretty good about this GC entry. We've got a really nice 5-minute failure to go higher here. Realistically, the stop was like there. We could fail this at any point in time. We're still inside this range, so I'm keeping my expectations checked. But I want to pass the eval. I don't really want to do anything else. What I will say is we shouldn't get back above the open, but even then, I'm a fan of take profit trader. Okay, the stream was disconnected for a second. I think we're connected. We're reconnected. I'm seeing reconnected. That was panic. I panicked at the disco. I'm seeing reconnected. Okay, I can now hear myself on stream. So you know we're reconnected. Let's go. Doesn't gold not work with Apex anymore? I recently started working with Apex on a loose basis. Gold not working for them is, I would say, trade a different prop firm if you're trying to trade gold. I trade on a bunch of different firms. The best one day to pass right now out there, I would have to say, is either Lucid or Tradeify. Tradeify's growth, their 50K growths are really slept on. The Tradeify growth accounts are really slept on, and honestly, it wouldn't shock me if they raise their prices on those in the near future. So just beware of that. The Tradeify growths are probably one of my favorite one day to pass in the industries. I love the Lucid Pros too. Those guys are like going to war for each other. I'm not much of a break-even trader, guys. Even on an evaluation, I really would get annoyed at myself if I got wicked out of this and then it went to my target. So I'm not going to go break even. If you were trading on a real money account, probably not a bad idea. Even then, I still don't know if I would. But this is an evaluation, and in a dream world, I'd like to pass this evaluation in one shot. That's right. My Funded Futures also just started their new 1 day to pass plan, and those ones are big discounts right now. The builder plans. Love that one as well. I'm a fan of the 1 day to pass. Here's the thing. I don't like the 3 day to pass bullshit. Not calling it bullshit, but if I'm gonna take that long to pass an eval, I'd rather just do take profit trader and wait 2 extra days, but get the ooh, nice, Ron. But then get the higher payout cap. Like I like Take Profit Trader, which is what I'm on right now for their 10K payout cap. If I'm gonna do the multiple days, if I'm gonna do a 1 day to pass, that's when I'll go Lucid, Tradeify, My Funded Futures, which honestly, I'm gonna be buying some of them all tonight. I'm trading Take Profit Traders right now because I had those ready and I just sat down on stream and started yapping. I was actually supposed to buy some Lucid and Tradeify accounts that's why I started the stream 15 minutes early, is because I was supposed to buy some. And then I just got addicted to the chat, guys. I got addicted to the chat. All right. Gold popping up is not a dream world. I'm going to keep my eye on what's coming next from here. Let me try Insta from my... Which Ron G's messing with some technology science stuff on the back end of our stream. So we're testing that out right now. If you see me type something in the chat that looks weird, that's why. Gang, what is good, my friends? Oh, it's Insta Rake. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Connect Mitches. We got to connect into the Gamma. There he is. There he is. Boom, connected. You on top of that shit. That's fucking sick. Wow, you have all of ours connected already? Not just mine? God damn, dog. Ronj, fucking beast, bro. Story. All right, guys. Sorry, let me check back on the NQ. Sorry, I got distracted because Ron's working on some really cool science experiments. I really hope at the bottom of my heart, not to any fans of going people who like to go break even, I hope that this trade goes to take profit because it will be a golden example of why I do not go to break even. I would have been stopped out. If I had moved my break even 1 tick in profit, bro, I would have been stopped out. And right now, I would literally, I'm not, okay, first of all, let me rephrase that by saying, however you trade, if you do it successfully, keep rocking on. However, this is just the way I have found success. I struggle when I move my stop to break even. It's just not what I do. Now, if we get back up there and the price action starts to change, who knows, dog? I might exit it out and readjust my thought process once we're up there and I have a little time to think. But me moving a hard order there, I get so annoyed at these little wicks up. And even if this one comes back and stops me out, I won't care. But it's just, this is the scenario where I would be really annoyed if I watched myself be up, came back, you know? And I still think this one's going to work, quite frankly. I think this trade is going to work. But I don't like to move a hard limit there. Yeah, it's 2K made in less than 20 minutes. Super possible in real life trading. It's just like exactly like Cole is saying. You know, it's not 20 minutes, it's 8 years. You know, and that's honestly, guys, a good reminder of a video. I'll probably use that for an Instagram video later. So thank you for saying that. And then Cole, thank you for that shout out because that's really accurate, right? It's not 20 minutes, it's 8 years, right? It's not only do I have capital that I can risk, but it's the skill set that I've acquired in the 8 years, you know? That being said, you can make money quickly in trading. Let me tell you this, though. You can also lose money quickly in trading, baby. I'm rooting for that high a day for you, Josh. Damn, bro. Ranji is cooking right now. That's legendary. That's how you join the giveaways. Just the free Discord. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I looked away from gold for 1 second. What happened? Okay. So now I have a little bit more time to think. I'm watching. There's also a fly on my goddamn bright light over here. I'm watching the NASDAQ hold this consolidation. That's not super appealing to me. If the NASDAQ and gold have been moving together lately, I'm not super stoked that the NASDAQ is looking bullish. Yeah, see, this isn't what I wanted to see. How's the 15-minute look? Just not great, you know? It's just a lot. It's just inside bars. I thought that bearish inside bar would be on our side, but it looks like it's just going to act as an inside bar. I'm making a decision here if I want to hold this through or not. Like I said, I don't like to move my stop to break even, so I'm not automatically out here. But if we get back to that area and I'm seeing a difference in price structure than I was seeing before, which I now am, we've been holding this 4806. Now I'm having that conversation with myself, which is less, the question is less about getting out at break even, because I don't care what I exit this trade for. That doesn't matter to me. The question is now, do I still want to be in this trade? I don't know. And that's what I'm going to wait for this candle to close. But that's the question that this is the inner, I'm just trying to share the inner dialogue that I'm having while I'm here. That's sort of what I'm asking myself is, all right. Again, I don't care if I take an exit at break even, minus 500, plus 500. That part's less important to me. The question I'm asking is, do I want to be in this trade based on these two charts? I think I do. But if this bar closes really strong, I'm going to feel a little bit different about it. So let's see. So far, holding up. NASDAQ is still strong. Again, I wish that was going a little bit differently. They're not directly correlated, and I don't really pay attention to it that much. But on a big gap down with war news, I'm intrigued. Tell you what, though, gold should go lower here because this is a potential lower high off of, we didn't even make it back to the opening print. So if we don't go lower here, if we kind of spike down and then start to reverse up, I could see myself doubting it enough. Like, see that? We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm watching. I'm watching. Good news is once you're over like 3,000, it becomes easier. I don't need to get the full 4,500 today, but it is helpful. So this is what I'm watching for. If we don't continue lower, I'm kind of going to be asking the question of why, right? We have a 2-minute sell, potential lower high at the level. That's a big consolidation area. I don't like that we're not going lower. And now is honestly where I've considered exiting this trade more than any other point today. It's because I don't want to be involved in this failure to go lower. Gonna keep my finger on the exit button here. Good evening, my friends. Sorry, guys. I've been a little dialed. I have a bad habit of getting too locked in on the charts and not reading the chat. I think that sometimes people think that I'm forgetting to read the chat because they're like, oh, Jake's too big now. He doesn't read the chat. Bro, that's not true. I literally remember most usernames in the chat. I'm just sometimes really dialed on the trade. Jake, the first 15-minute candle on the GC had a huge bottom wick. Would that affect your intended R to R if you're taking a short? No, I'm using it kind of as a target for the thesis of this trade. I think that we can go back down there. But it does give some bullish, like it is inherently bullish in some sense that we got bought back up. But the way we've consolidated an inside bar here, I feel like we're going to inside bar break, go take that out, then maybe bounce. So no is the answer. Not really. Only thing I really care about right now is the fact that we should have gone lower off the previous 2-minute candle. The fact that we're not is telling me something in and of itself. So that means the 5 minutes failing to go lower. Got the 5 minute on the left, 2 minute on the right here. 2 minute triggering a buy. That's not encouraging. Because it's like we should have gone lower. We really had all the opportunity in the world to go lower there. Trying to trust the process, but I also don't want to give back money, even on an eval. You never want to give back money. Yeah, I just don't like this failure to go lower. I think I'm pretty close to pulling the plug on this one because of that failure to go lower. I am trading a TPT account. TPT 150K eval right now. Eval season. I told the chat, by the way, guys, if you weren't here earlier, if you guys see me trading 5 contracts on my live account tomorrow, I give you permission to yell at me because I want to trade small tomorrow. Still kind of tapering my emotions from Friday. And also it's 420. Not that I mean, I'm not a teenager, so I don't celebrate 420 anymore. But like I kind of do, you know, I kind of do. So if you call Cole, I know you well, brother. Cole, you're a loyalist in the chat, dude. I know your name very well. Yeah, bro. If you see me trading 5 contracts tomorrow and it's my live account, I give you full permission to ream me. Yell at me a little bit. I do think it's permissible to go. So here's the way that I look at prop firms for everybody that's a little bit new listening. Here's my biggest piece of advice for prop firms. And I'm sure don't tell any of the companies I work with that I said this because they're not going to be happy. But just use a debit card. Just use a debit card. All right. Because if you use a debit card, you really can't screw yourself up that much because any money that you're losing is money that you actually have, right? Where prop firms get dangerous is when you're slamming evals on credit cards. All right. So if you're gonna, I personally go aggressive on evals. If this trade lost, I would have lost the eval. So I am inherently going super aggressive on evals. Every money that I buy an eval with, I've like already set that. It's like real money. It's not like, oh, well, once I get my next paycheck, I'll pay it off. That's where you get into danger. All right. So that's what we don't do. We use debit cards here. All right. Trust me. It's take it from somebody who slammed a bunch of credit cards in the past. But I would say the 50Ks are the best. I just like the 150Ks because I like the most drawdown. I don't care if I got to make a little more. I just want to have more drawdown. That's why I like the 150Ks. That being said, if I was to ever try to like max allocate across a bunch of different firms and like do it that way, I would probably go with 50Ks because the math is just better. Yeah. Thank you, Josh. Yes, shout out, throw a like on the stream if you don't mind, my friends. It helps us algorithmically. Just being here helps us, so I'm super grateful for you all. For anyone who is new, my name is Jake Ricci, Rake Trades. This is Project 365. Last week we launched. We are now live on the Rake Trades YouTube channel for 6 days a week, minimum 6 days a week. This week it was actually 7 because I'm so addicted to the chat that I came on yesterday for a Saturday study sesh, which more just ended up being me yelling at people not to get too horny and bearish, which is funny because we now have this massive gap down and I'm shorting, which is absolutely hilarious considering during Sunday I yesterday, I was literally yelling not to short, and here I am shorting. Literally hilarious. But I'm not aiming for a giant move. But yes, we are on YouTube live stream 6 days a week. I have some incredible hosts with me in a variety of different capacities. We're just so excited. I am the main host. I trade the New York session and a little bit before I get on as well. That's my bread and butter is New York. So yes, absolutely. You'll see me there. That's really where I thrive the most. I've been trading for 8 years now. I trade a very basic price action strategy. I like to short lower highs. I like to long higher lows. That's my thing. So yeah, so super grateful for all of you. Super grateful for every single one of you. Oh, speaking of which, all right, guys, we're about $200 away from the target. Silly of me not to have the take profit there already. This tends to be a problem I have, so I'm gonna press close in a second. If it doesn't, just hit it. It should hit it. Little user operator error. All right, come on, 4,400. Come on. All right, sweet, great work, my friends. Halfway done on this take profit trader eval. Looks like perfect timing too. That is my trade of the night. Got to cancel out all these orders. You want no orders left open. All right, sweet. Dub, guys, huge. Thank you so much for being on the stream. I'm not leaving yet, but this is my first Sunday stream. I don't know that I've streamed on Sunday in a long time. That was solid, guys. I'm pretty happy about that. Got back in and got that and got out. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, dude, huge, guys. Do not leave orders on your chart. Before you leave, get in the rhythm, in the habit of just clicking X. All right, you just cancel all orders. Sorry, I got to show the trading DOM here. Guys, right here, you got to cancel all orders. Cancel all orders before you leave the desk, always. Unless you have a position open. But then as soon as you get that position, like, you always just get in the habit of pressing that button. We need a Guinness to celebrate. Dude, honestly, my time in Puerto Rico might be a bit easier if there was Guinness. There's no Guinness. That's okay. When I say easier, that sounds bad too. My time in Puerto Rico is amazing. I love it here. Ron G said I just lost my job. No, never. Ron G is the king of Asia. This is his time, baby. I'm just here to help. All right, guys. So I'm catching up with the chat right now. Huge dub. NQ going for 660s. NQ rallying. Sorry, let me get NQ back on the screen too. Let's get both back up and watching. Yeah, NQ getting that rally, going for those highs. We got gold kind of just ranging. So realistically, for all my friends who weren't here when I entered this trade, first things first, I was basically just betting on a failure to go higher, right? And that's exactly what I took. I did take it a hair before the trigger, but that's the vision I had the whole time. And on the 1 minute, it technically triggered. We failed this upper level and kind of failed the opening print. And my thought was, we're not going to go fill this gap right away, right? Yes, gold is not bearish. I don't think we're going to go sell off down into oblivion, right? But I really thought that we weren't going to go fill that gap right away. So I was taking a range trade in the other direction, right? Which from our lesson 9 would be from our lesson 9, a range trade. Someone asked in the chat earlier that they're looking for a course on market structure and basic price action, all that. Yes, I do think we are the perfect fit for you if that's actually what you're looking for. Code STREAM should work and make it half off. Use the code STREAM if you're interested in joining. But yeah, we'd love to have you. If you're not interested, guys, this is not a sales pitch for me to sell the premium. I just answer questions when people ask. To anyone out there who's like, fuck you, I'm like, all right, bitch, then watch me on YouTube 5 days a week. You know what I mean? We'll be here. There's absolutely no rush if you're interested in joining that, but I do believe it's the best course out there for market structure, and I'm very lucky to have some disciples, defendants in the chat who will back me up on that. But if you're not interested in doing that right away, no worries. That's where we're here. The Project 365 is on YouTube, baby. It's on YouTube. No, I don't know him, Trim. We've texted a couple times, but I don't know him. I have nothing against hanging out with other traders. It's just like, I don't want to talk about work, bro. My life is like already so trading focused that I don't really want to hang out with many other traders in person when I'm here, because I'm like, I just want to like relax, you know? I just want to chill. I do need to come to St. Pete. I absolutely need to come to St. Pete. That trade was just about a 1-to-1 because I was planning to risk the full eval, which was about 4,500. So about a week. Bro, trading doesn't feel like work, but making content about it, streaming, that's work. Like when you finish streaming and talking about trading for 2 hours, I just want to take you just don't want to talk about trading anymore. I'm like, oh, I just want to like listen to fucking, I just go watch TV and movies and stuff. Yeah, but no, trading doesn't feel like a job much. No. Yeah, that trade was just one account. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I suck at copy trading. So in an environment moving this slowly, it was just one account. Anytime I copy trade, I get screwed though. Maybe one day I'll break the curse. And when I break the curse, I will, I'll be back as if nothing happened. But no, for now I don't copy trade. I just trade things to 1 through. So that, I mean, it kind of feels, no, this is one thing that as a trader, you have to like work on no matter the phase you're at. You never want to look back at something and be like, oh, well, I wish I got to turn the music off for this. This is going to be a good rant. This is going to be a good rant. You never want to look back at a trade and be like, oh, I wish I sized more. That's instant death, bro. Instant death for any trader is looking back at a trade and being like, I wish that I had sized more, because you're just screwed, right? From that moment on, literally, the next trade you have is screwed. And you might get lucky once or twice, but from there, what basically you're saying is you're only thinking about the win. You're only thinking about the win. What you're not considering is the risk that you put on the table, right? Because if I'm saying that, oh, I wish I put more risk on, or oh, I wish I copy traded more accounts, and I'm really speaking to myself here, what I'm thinking is, oh, I wish I won more. Yeah, it's like, obviously, I wish I won more, right? Obviously, I wish I won more. In every case, you're going to wish you won more. The real question you have to ask yourself is, are you comfortable with losing more, right? Like, are you comfortable with that? And that's the question that I think most people don't ask themselves. You can use the levels to enter. I wouldn't just blindly buy or sell at a level, though. The levels are not. If I could code, here's the way I'll phrase this, my friends. If I could code a bot to just buy and sell at the levels and make $1 bajillion, you would never hear from me again. Truly, at the bottom of my heart, I love you guys. Oh, I'd sell out, bro. If a hedge fund offered me $1 bajillion for a bot indicator for them, I love you guys. I'm out. I would switch up on all my day ones. I have a price tag. It's $1 billion. That's not true. My price tag is probably like 100 million. 100 million. If 100 million, if a hedge fund, if I could make an indicator that would just buy and sell at the level, and a hedge fund offered me 100 million, I love you guys. I'd leave you in the dust. I'd switch up on all my day ones. It's 100 million. NQ did break out. I have my suspicions, guys. I'm not gonna lie. NQ broke out. First of all, Asia session breakout doesn't really sound like the most fun trade, but that could be something. That being said, I'm not gonna lie to you all. I'm suspicious of something happening, of like failing that high and kind of pulling back a bit. Kind of what happened in gold. But I'm done. I'm not taking nothing. I got another about 5-6 minutes here. I just wanted to hop on for a quick hour. I'm not stealing Ron G's show. This is Ron G's hours, you know? That was a solid little trade. We got a good dub, baby. We got a good dub. I'm happy about that. Sorry, I not. Oh my God, not proud enough, man enough to say it, guys. Big. One of my claims to fame is that Big John and I followed each other way before he got famous. Big John follows me. Very proud of that. If he ever unfollows me, I'll be devastated. I'll be devastated. In fact, I gotta check that because I can't talk all this shit and then look and he's unfollowed me. Nah, we're good, baby. One time, it's so funny because I was looking for inspiration. Just I see a question now. Okay, just doing back to back. That was nice, Alex. I see that in the chat. I see back to back questions. Someone saying, "How do I add your levels? Where do I find your course?" So I will answer that question. I'm trying to. Let me see if I know how to work the bot here. Discord Premium, is that what it is? Or is it just Preem? Discord Premium. That should pop up. There we go. There's a link right there, wap.com/raketrades. If you're interested in learning my strategy and getting our levels indicator, these are automatically plotted for me each day. You can use code STREAM. It should make it half off. It has my full course. It'll make it $99. You can cancel anytime. Cheapest course in the industry. It's literally the best course in the industry, and it's $99 a month. Cancel anytime. If the indicator you love, you keep paying, great. If you love the course, you want to keep watching it, great, keep paying. If not, that's fine. And if in your head you're thinking, Jake, screw you, I don't like that you do that, that's totally fine, dude. We're live 6 days a week on YouTube. We are live so much on YouTube. Come hang for free. You don't have to buy nothing from me. I'm just grateful that you're here. And I will just say that the things I sell, I'm extremely confident in them. I think they're the best in the industry. I don't put my name on nothing without feeling great about it. But by no means is this a sales pitch. Right now, we are in the very beginning stages of building this YouTube network. I agree. The levels won't make somebody profitable. You got to, there's so much more to trading. I'll be here next month, baby. Project 365 is a 365-day project. We're just on week 2 of it. So we'll be here, absolutely. Cartel, big love. Big John's just another creator, Cole. Hilarious creator. Loves to smoke pot and run miles at the same time. Oh, hell yeah, Mudbutt. Dude, same. He's fucking hilarious. Oh, my friends. We are at the 55 mark here. I'll be on for just another couple of minutes. And then we're gonna try a transition here and see if Ron G can take over the same stream so that literally nothing has to change on your guys' end. You just stay right here. Mitch and I tried to do that once last week, but for whatever reason, I had some weird hiccup with it. But it'd be cool if it happened. Jason, what up, my brother? Efren, yeah, I'm seeing that gold potential lower high. Guys, don't peer pressure me into shorting this, okay? Don't peer pressure me at all. All right, I gotta get off the screens. I'm waking up early tomorrow. I'm on stream early tomorrow. I gotta get off, baby. It does get dark real quick here. I will say, I saw someone earlier ask how am I liking Puerto Rico. I'll end with this. I love it, dude. I really love it here. But here's the thing. I am super introverted. I believe it or not, because on these streams, I know how I come across as super extroverted and like playful and stuff. And I am like that, but I'm really introverted. I love being alone. And so I love it down here because I get to do like solo stuff and I really like being by myself. But I do think that's probably the one thing of why I travel so much is because it's going to be harder for me to build a network of people down here at first. But once I do, I think I'll be even more stoked. No, I'm super happy to be here. I really do love it. Do you live with TJR? No, I do not. We're probably 5 minutes apart from each other. We don't know each other though. I wouldn't call it loneliness. If I ever feel lonely, I just hop back on the stream, baby. If I'm ever lonely, I just hop back on the stream and you guys cure that loneliness real quick. All right, I am seeing some questions pop up in the chat. My friends, I love you all. I am actually about to leave. Real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to run a Wi-Fi speed test together. Actually, I don't know if I can do that because it might show location, and I love you guys. I don't want you seeing my location. So I'm going to do a speed test off stream. Okay. My friends, real quick, also, what are we at on the like count? What are we at on the likes? Let me see. Big no, Cole. I agree. Big no. I agree. What are we at on the like count? You guys are right. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm not doing it. But I got to see if we're giving away an account right now or only later tonight on Ron G streams. We're at 163. Can we run it to 200 real quick? Can we run it to 200 real quick? Can we get up to 200 real quick? If we can get to 200 real quick, I'll give away an account and I'll give Ron G a code to give one away later tonight. That's 2 on a Sunday night. Who's out here giving 2 on a Sunday night, bro? Just like this YouTube stream. Just like this stream, baby. 300 people in here. We can get another 40 likes. Come on, dog. I'm giving away a Lucid 50K Flex account. That's got that. Those are valuable too. Lucids are popular. Guys, we should be asking for more. This is generous of me, bro. It's generous of me, bro. 204, we got it. All right. Let me get the code. Ron, I'm gonna put yours in team chat real quick. All right. Wait, Ron, do we have giveaway set up on this Streamlabs yet? I don't think so, right? All right, well, we can't tell anyways now. Guys, just comment in the chat. Comment. Throw a comment in the chat. Just throw. Cool, no rush. Just throw a comment in the chat. Throw anything. I'm picking a name in 5, 4. No look. 1. MEN Menrog HEB 9437. Menra. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Menrog, comment, confirm. There we go. I see it. Let's go. I'm gonna just call you MH. Menra. MH. Shout out MH in the chat. Huge congrats, guys. Remember, if it's not you, don't be upset. We give away accounts basically every day here. I've spent multiple partner sponsorship checks that I've received as a trading creator, literally the entire checks, back on prop firm accounts to give away. So the prop firms must fucking love me. God damn, I never thought about that. Those prop firms must love me. That's actually a crazy... You guys, I need you to get payouts on the giveaway accounts. Otherwise, the prop firms just win. Okay, so you got to get payouts. All right? Otherwise, it's just now hitting me that these prop firms win. All right, Menrod, MH, shoot me a DM on Instagram real quick. Just show me it's your profile or something on YouTube. Shoot me a DM, and we rockin'. I do take a lot from them too. That's fair. All right, guys, stay on the stream. Ron G, I'm gonna press end. I'm gonna call you real quick, and I'm gonna press end, and you press start right afterwards. We're gonna see if we can do this together. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being on the stream. What a W day it was. Ron G is taking over, and let's see if this is a smooth transition. Give me 1 sec. All right, my bro. I'm gonna press stop streaming, and then press the manage broadcast. All right, guys. I love you. 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 You.
How we doing, chat? How we doing, chat? Oh, how we do? Almost had a terrible replay going there. Jose, what do you need? You need help with consistency? What up? Also, real quick, for those of you that were on stream, was it Thursday? Not on stream Thursday, whatever it was. How we doing on YM? We talked about it being a 12 plus hour trade. I mean, this alone was 200 points. Ended up running, what was that? If anyone held, potential of 1,100 with zero pullback in the slightest. Oh, Jason, I cut it early too. But just off of this, I was able to get 2 more funded accounts and profits on my fundeds. So, no, Vic, this is from Thursday. But we talked about it. We stalked this trade for 2 days straight because of the possibility of it just absolutely ripping. And that's why you just find one trade. Marry that thing until it either loses conviction or you see that rip. For those of you in the Discord too, we do have SPY shorts over the weekend. We'll see how we react with this. Because you have to remember, last week we did the exact same thing. Last week, what did we do? Gap down. That was our quote unquote pullback in the market. And then we just ripped. That's not out of the question. We gap down. Now we just have to see how we react to it. Last runners got stopped out for a massive push. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But I mean, I caught what I wanted. So I'm happy with it. So I'll about YM got taken out for third of my TP because I forgot daily profit. Damn. Yeah, tits. That's absolutely brutal. I love how your name's Mixed Speedwagon here, but I just fully remember that. Also, if anyone subscribes, I should have something set up where it pops up on my screen. So I would need someone to subscribe to test it, but I'm not entirely sure if it's working. I shouldn't stop. About a shower for work. Sounds good, trade. Nice, Satori. Beautiful. Yeah, Jason, it was just the conviction. Just look at when every single time frame aligns, I'm fully willing to send it. Opinion on GC shorts. I mean, I feel like Jake already nailed the beginning part. But main thing to look at here, 4,800. This going back is a brick wall. Since April 1st, that has been the pivot in the recent daily chart. If we hold below that, I'm fully open to shorts. And in all honesty, I'd be looking at like 47.20. Yes, it's extreme. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm looking, if we're in the volatile back into wartime type markets, I'm looking for larger moves. I'm willing to take a few stabs, take a few stops, looking for those moves. I Lucid Pro funded. I made 3,500 and then another 600 today. My consistency is still like 85%. Do I lock out and trade again the same way tomorrow? Jose, just trade normal. I mean, consistency, yeah, you can screw yourself by making a large amount. But if you just trade normal, it'll slowly chip it down. If you try to make a massive amount, then that's where you end up cooking yourself. But yeah, all it needs to be is that 3,500 needs to be 40% of your total profits. And great thing about Lucid, if you just go to their dashboard, it'll tell you exactly what you have to make. They make it really easy and really simple. Josh, I just saw you subscribed. Also appreciate that, even though you unsubscribed and resubscribed, I think. But I should pop up right above my head. It should look like, where is that? So it's in here, I think. I don't know. I'll have to find it at some point. Oh. Should look like this, where it pops up like that. Because I spent like an hour setting that shit up. How you doing, Dev? You straight beating close on the weekend? Yeah. And Satori, the craziest thing is, those of you that were on last week, we fully talked about it. If any news is going to happen, it's going to come over the weekend. That's how it goes. I saw a bunch of people on Twitter saying, "Oh, market's manipulated. They closed the trade at all-time highs." I mean, I can't tell you how much we've talked about it. NQ's up 17%. A pullback isn't manipulation. A pullback makes fucking sense, right? Now, mind you, yeah, they closed the straight, whatever. They're in war. There's no confirmed ceasefire. Just trade what the market gives you. If there's more sellers and we gap down, trade off that. If we start to hold, see buying pressure, long it. If we end up seeing rejections, short it. Don't let emotions get into everything. That's when you'll get cooked. Speaking of which, I am interested in oil longs. Just because we're back in the times. I'd feel like it'd be criminal for me to not try it. So we'll see if I can get anything. Oil long up to 90.5. Yeah. Yep, I like 90.5 and then 91.6. Just because it's the high pivot from the 16th. I'm still waiting. Just because right now, if I took it, my stop would be the lows. And 60-point stop isn't terrible. It's a little wider than I'd like. I'm also trying to wait to see how we're going to react here. Because the indices are still consolidating a little bit. I just don't want to build a bias that doesn't agree with the charts. I have nothing wrong with having a bias, but I want to at least have the chart say, yes, this makes sense. So if this consolidation keeps playing out, we get above the open, I'll be interested. Till then, it might be a little slower. Jake caught the volatility move right off the open, which beautiful GC trade. Are you scalping or swinging? I do not scalp trade. If I'm scalping, I am likely tilting off a cliff and about to lose any account that I have my name attached to. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, you liquidity people would be creaming if they came back for liquidity sweeps. I'm on oil short at the moment. That's the most beautiful thing is this chart can make sense for shorts below the open. Above the open, it can make sense for longs. Same thing with the indices. This can make sense for longs if it wants to play out. 1,000%. I mean, look at NQ. It already took out the highs. It's holding. Failed this little 5-minute trigger that it tried to make, and it's going up. This could be the exact same thing as last week. How long do you swing for? Usually it depends on how much conviction I have. Like on futures, I'm willing to take a 16+ hour trade if we enter during the overnight. We did it Thursday. I didn't hold for the whole move, which sucked, but it'd be like that. With options, if the daily and weekly and monthly agree, I'll take 2-month out contracts and hold for a few weeks without any problems. The way I like to trade options is I'm looking for a day trade that has potential to turn into a swing trade. And all I mean by that is I'm looking for a trade to move intraday a little bit that can, if it does move, it triggers something on the higher time frames and gives me that conviction to hold for 2-3 days, week, whatever it is. No, Chris, I don't hold over the 1 hour maintenance. When I say 16-hour trade, it's entering now and holding till noon, something like that. If the chart agrees with that, I have no issues doing that. It used to be the hardest thing in the world for me. Ticker for oil is CL. If you want micros, it's MCL. But holding over the night used to be the hardest thing for me. I'd stay up all night just panicking over looking at the chart. Now I'm at the point where if I have a stop loss set, I do not care what that chart does. What up, Monk? How you doing? We're literally at the open from Friday. Yeah, I mean, all we did was so far barely erase one day. Not even. So nothing's really changed on the chart. Here's the thing, and this is also why I swung option shorts. For first off, I said they're going to be risky in the Discord because shorting this is fucking risky. It's pretty obvious. If we do lose like 70-70, which is Friday's lows, we're back in this range and it gives you a lot of possible downside. We could pull back to 6,900 on ES all the way down here and set a daily high or low. So there's a lot of room for me. It was just worth the risk. I'm tempted for oil. I don't love the prior hourly close. That's my only thing. But if I take the 5 minute, I'd probably run a stop at like 50. And then worst case, you target the highs. It's like a 3-1. I'm going to load up the ticker. Not in yet. I'm going to take a stab. And then just throw a stop at 50. There's a chance this gets stopped. If it does, it is what it is. I'm not stressing it. But on this, I got in at, just so I'm transparent, 88. Stop 50 ticks. And then, like, if you're targeting high day, it's 3-1. That's well worth it for me. I'm willing to take that risk any day, especially on oil. That would be main target. I like to trim. I'm also willing to trim around 89 if we get up there. I have no problem with it. So that's just the main thesis. First stab, I'm willing to risk. We'll pay attention to the indices. If they start pulling back like this, back below the open, I absolutely love what we're in. No problems with it at all. Me trading work options just wasn't working for me, especially when chop would come 100%. Yeah, and a lot of people with 9-to-5s would benefit really well off of swing potential options with just smaller sizing. Just find a position where you can get in, set stops if you need to, which I don't love hard stops on options. I just set alerts and then just let the trade work, whether it works out or not. Shorts on NQ. NQ is a little bit stronger, but if we do fail this high, which looking at the 15, it should have just closed the failure to go higher. Yeah. If we break below this 15 minute, we can see a pullback towards the open. It's just going to be how we react. I like that YM's weaker. RTY is fighting the open. We need RTY below the open and ES to get to the open if NQ is going to have any chance of pulling back at all. Right now, NQ is the powerhouse. Oil's likely seeing a little bit of a pullback with this slightest green candle here. A little bit, but it's still holding up decent. Yeah, Chris, entries is just part of the learning process and how you want to trade and the strategy you want to use. You know, that's the hardest part. I mean, it depends on what you're currently trading, but I love our overall thought process and setups for stuff. Right now, what do we have? 15-minute consolidation after a gap up, 5 and 2 minute trying to set a higher low. If they do get above the open, just adds conviction. I like it all. But there's a few reasons. I'm going to dive deep a little bit on some charts and go over why I was okay taking a potential short over the weekend. Main thesis, Jake talked about it earlier if y'all were on. And if not, and if you've been on my streams, you know what I talk about. Entries 88, stop 87.5. Is I like to pay attention to oil, VIX, the dollar, and then the indices. If you get thesis on all of those, I'm willing to take a higher risk type of law or like setup. Oil, what did it do? It came down, slammed this 90 or 79 area, closed back above 83.5, which is a huge daily pivot right here. So now we have a daily fail to go lower. I don't believe the weekly did. No, weekly closed a little more bearish. With that kind of hold in the 4 hour looking like this, I would expect some type of gap up on that, which we ended up getting. So that's one leg of conviction. Now looking at the dollar, massive daily support for a while here. You can see the pivots. And we came down to this 98 area, held that as well. Really strong daily close. If that wants to hold, you're going to see some type of rally off of it. Even if we get to 98.63, we're going to see a decent pullback on the indices. Doesn't have to be overly aggressive, but even 2% in the current market is not crazy. So that gave me added conviction as well. And then you go over to VIX. VIX is sitting right at the 17.5 area with a big daily failure to go lower after testing 17 and then closing back up around 17.5. All it needs to do is get above 18, and this chart can squeeze pretty hard up to 19.5. So I had conviction on nearly every single chart that the risk over the weekend was well worth it, which is why I was willing to take swing shorts. Plus with VIX, pro tip, with VIX at 17, if we get any type of decent reversal and VIX squeezes to, let's say, 19,520, you're going to see a big IV increase in those premiums. And that's where shorts get more interesting. Obviously going to be risky, but the potential R to R return on it grows. Guys, do you keep opening print on your chart always or just one day session? I keep opening print per session. So I'll use this opening print for the entire night session. Once 9:30 hits, I get rid of this personally, and I throw on the 9:30 New York Open. Not getting a whole lot of movement here, which is expected with this session, right? We already got volatility. Jake talked about it. There's a likelihood we consolidate for a little bit. I have no problems with it. This is where I spend my time talking to you guys. Bullish, I'm here every Sunday. I like shorts too because VIX didn't compress into nothing. And yeah. Yep. I mean, just everything made sense for me to take them. It was just well worth the risk. I might be too close on my expiration though. I have like Wednesdays, I think. So there's a chance that skews it a little bit. So we need a pretty aggressive move pretty quick. But also at the same point, hang on, let me see what contracts I took so I can be honest with it. Now this is going to look like I was looking for a little bit of extreme of a move, and it's mainly just the potential of the move. So I got 700 puts. All we would need to do is pull back to right here, and those would be in the money. Let's just say we get a slight pullback on this daily chart over the next 3 days and go to here. So sub 3%, which is not insane in this market in the slightest, would put those contracts at $10 a piece from $1.30. I'm going to take that risk any day. And that's not including IV and premium. What up, Omar? Of course, Tommy. What makes a failure pattern candle? Are you looking more so at the broader pattern or just individual candle? Because for an individual candle, all it would be is something like this second blue one right here, where it spiked above and then pushed back lower. So it failed to hold above this. I call it failure pattern, or like a failure to go higher, failure to go lower, whatever. The deeper terminology is simply buyers attempted to get above this. They weren't able to, and it pushed back lower. So until we get back above this, the short-term momentum is going to be a little more bearish. JT, if we get back in the rhythm of oil longs and indices shorts, I'm going to be thriving. Just because. That's what I love. Yeah, Jason, 100%. And then when you look at the higher time frames, this more so would be like structural failure to go lower. So it's not back above the prior candle, but we swept these lows and then pushed and closed back above. So it swept the structure, like broader lows, held this support, and then closed back above. So until we get back below here, oil is going to be short-term more bullish than bearish. All I want, CL longs, brother, you and me both. That's the thing, Steve. I mean, I don't drive a lot, luckily, because my bedroom's 10 feet that way, right behind that wall. And if gas prices are going to go up, might as well at least catch some return to pay for the gas. It's my thesis of it. But no, at some point, we will be doing a giveaway. I'm going to test out the giveaway bot. Just what it does, it's going to give everyone one entry instead of just whoever spams the chat the fastest. Sorry for those of you that do that and win, but we're going to try it. Also, how many likes are we at? Because I know Jake was on before, so we're going to have a couple. 230. Okay. I'd love to see if we can get to 300. It's a bit of a stretch, but I think you guys can do it. Also, if you're not, feel free to sub to the channel. You'll get all the notifications when we're live. Now I run it up. Let's go 300 for the giveaway. All right, Jake. It's only 70. Y'all can do it easily. But if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the sub button easily. This is a Lucid account. Yeah, it's true. That's true. Lucid is the OGs. Lucid is 100% goated. I'm running up another funded right now. Actually, I have this trade on my Lucid funded. I think I have it on an alpha eval too. So I can pass that one because I accidentally closed it early Friday, so that didn't get passed. But we'll see. No, Lucid's payout speeds are insane. Like it's the fastest payout I've ever gotten in my life. Faster than my Robinhood accounts. And I paid to get those immediately, and it's beat those, which is insane. But so far, this is working well. NQ's trying on that 15-minute. With 5 minutes left, if I'm looking to short, I would either want to see a tighter consolidation candle, and it's like an unconventional 3-bar play to the downside. Or if we end up breaking with 5 minutes and get the actual push lower, fail the highs, like trigger, I'd be happy with shorts. Great channel. Appreciate you, Yacht. No, Lucid payouts make no sense. They have to have someone sitting there staring at the screen trying to get that. What up, Rye? How you doing? What is it? 3-bar to the downside pattern. Well, I can give you, I don't see one to the downside. I'll find one to the downside, but this would be a 3-bar to the upside right here. All it is simple market structure, trend, consolidation, trend. Easy. And it can be multiple days. Actually, a phenomenal example would be our trade from Sunday. The entire reason I was watching YM, trend bars, consolidation. We tried to long here, caught a small trade, got stop break even. No, here. Sorry, here. And then we ended up taking one here, looking for the same thing. Just we wanted this daily break. So trend, consolidation, trend. You can see that's where we got our entry down around here. And it's basically whatever time frame you're on gives you that amount of conviction. If I find it on the 4-hour and daily chart, I'm ready for it to rip. Yeah, and then Vulture, shorts would be the opposite. It pretty simple. That's the thing though, they can look like I'm showing you picture perfect examples. This is like a non-picture perfect. Somewhat trend, consolidation, trend. Oil is definitely going to show more of this than the picture perfect kind because it's oil. It's volatile, doesn't like to move super fluidly. For those of you, if it's your first time trading oil, if this chart got some random volume, it could quite literally spike up here, spike all the way back down here, and then go 5% up. It's just how oil moves. You got to be willing to take stops if you want to trade oil. But a downside one, let's see if I can find one on ES, just because I'm in the mood. This would be a good example, but it was over a weekend gap. So really, really bearish move here, 2 consolidations, then we gapped lower and saw the continuation. So all it tells you is the lower time frames are basing, building out a consolidation. And then if we break that low, you should see the continuation. See if NQ can trigger this little consolidation here. Same thing, trend, consolidation. Now give us the trend bar. All right. Are you in oil shorts? I am in oil longs. If there's war news, you won't catch me short in oil. Actually, I've shorted oil before on stream, but right now I want to long it. Yeah, 100% Omar. Yeah, JT, I mean, that's cool and all, but you saw my thing on Lucid. I straight up streamed the entire payout, and by the time I put my phone down, it was in my bank account. I'm calling them top dogs with payouts until proven otherwise. What up, Spence? Hope you enjoyed, brother. Hope you enjoyed. Throwing oil, first time trading it. Thank God for beginner's luck. Well, I mean, beginner's luck, or you know what you're looking at when you look at a chart. That's the thing. I can trade. Or any of us, if you know price action, can trade any of these charts easily. If you wanted to short gold, big rejection of the open, multiple lower highs. Someone just said they were shorting gold. You could find a short there. If you wanted to long the indices, you could have taken the retest of the open to new highs. Easy. Same thing with shorts. But once again, we got to see how RTY reacts to the open here. If it can start to break below, that'll be enough to bring ES below. That should then teeter over to NQ and start to see that attempt the open. I would love to see all 4 of these below the open for oil to get a decent continuation here. Like I said, though, I don't hate the thought of 89. I'm going to front run the highs, in all honesty. So I might go, just because I can, I'm going to go 49 there and take some off that. So let me, what was that, 90, 89, 49? I'm going to be honest, I'm doing a small trim there, but that's just me. It's one of those trades where if it rips, I'm willing to let it rip. I like 91 sixes. Full honesty, that's what I like, but that could be a long hold. Or it could be 10 minutes. Yeah, JT, that's the thing that I've learned to just fully detach with that aspect, with how I'm currently trading in the market. Because yes, it sucks ass if the war pops back off. If oil goes back to new highs, it's not good for anything at all. Right? Because then inflation's jacked. But I'm just looking to trade the market. If I think about the fact that, like, if my puts are to work, it's because horrible things are happening in the economy, that's just going to fuck with my mentals. I'm just looking to short. If shorts play out, awesome. Yeah, not great shit's probably going to happen if those play out really well. But you just got to remember, our job is to trade the market and to react to what's given. It is crazy, though, to hope, not hope, but just be like, yeah, if the war re-breaks out, I'm going to make $500 on a trade. When I first got my payout, I didn't understand the whole buffer system and completely blew the account just by pulling it all out. I tried to tell him I don't want the payout anymore. Hold on. It could be worse. I have a thing on Apex from, I think, 2 or 3 years ago where I requested $1,500 And it was approved, fully approved. Now, this was back when Apex took like a week and a half to pay out. They still take a while in all, like they take a little bit. It's like a week. Before the money was out of my account, I blew the account and I didn't get the payout. So I had it fully requested, fully processed. They didn't pull the money out of my account and I blew it. Gone. Never got to pay out. Now, anytime I look at my Apex payouts, I get that as a nice reminder. Now, remember too, this is my target. Target you want to target. Trade how you want to trade. Right now, we are up 1.3R, not too shabby. And so it was my first TPT Pro. Yeah. How many likes we at? Because I know we need 300 for the giveaway. We shouldn't be too far off. About 54 off. I know you guys can do it. Problem is, most of you probably already subbed. Or not subbed, but I've already liked it. Preparing to trim oil. Beautiful. Trim it where you want to trim it. Yeah, if ES holds the open, same with RTY, we could see a bit of a pullback here on oil. Structure-wise, let's take a look. Sorry, I'm adjusting some things real quick. Just for structure-wise, and this could fully bite me in the ass at some point. I moved my stop up 10 ticks. Nothing crazy. Just reducing risk a tiny bit. Now, Simon, sometimes it will look like I only trade oil, but I'll trade where I think the move is. Just Thursday, because just since you said you're new here, those of you that are here, I'm going to show it again. Just Thursday, we long the YM. So I'll trade wherever chart looks good. It's all price action. We'll find something that looks decent, put some risk on, and see if it works. Also, if you have any questions, anybody, feel free to throw them in chat. We're just waiting to see if oil cooks or cooks us. I did in the past copy trade all my accounts, but I stopped doing that because when I would blow an account, what I would do is, and I wouldn't necessarily copy trade all my accounts. What I do is I have different tabs open on the top of my screen for each account. Like right now, I think I have prop firms with 4 different companies and funded accounts on 3 different companies, close to 4, but it's not passed yet. So what I used to do is if I had, let's say 2, 3 accounts on one, I would trade them all together. And then if I really like to trade, I would take it on another one and then take it on another one. The thing about that is if you have a bad trade, you are just cooked, especially on evals, because I don't want to buy 10 evals. That's not how I want to trade. I have no problem passing 1 or 2. Now on Thursday's trade, I did add into it on 2 different accounts, but I had 3 total accounts in the trade, and that was it. It wasn't anything crazy risk-wise. Out of the, I think, 6 total accounts I have, I had 3 of them in the trade. Now I like to trade them just 1 or 2 at a time. Like right now, I'm in 2. I have 1 on an alpha eval, and then 1 on a lucid funded. That's all I have in this trade. Appreciate you, Cheyenne. I think I pronounced that right. Yeah, I mean, it's how I want to trade. Now, there will be times where the chat gets going crazy. It's just how the chat works for the most part. It's just the Asia session chat, and we'll get a little crazy. We'll do some degenerate shit. But for now, most of the time, this is how I want to be. I don't like getting over emotional in trades because in the past, I've gotten over emotional in trades, and that's when you lose tens of thousands of dollars. Speaking from experience. What up, J-Dot? Appreciate you. Yeah, we'll see what the trade does. No conviction yet until we get over 89. I mean, obviously there's conviction the trade's working, but I never count. Like, I'm not going to be one to say, oh, this is a winning trade because it's up 1.3 R. If it hits my take profit, it's a winning trade. If not, it is what it is. US based, yes. I live up in the great state of Ohio. This seems to be the resistance on oil. Makes sense. If you're looking at, let's say, the 2 minute, it's where the bodies of the candles here. Between like 880 and 89, I think there's going to be a bigger resistance. Zoom out to the 4 hour. That is like the pivot. Like the pivot. That's why I said I don't hate take profits around 89. He starts trading silver. That's the one thing I've yet to trade, and I don't think I'm ever going to trade silver. Because if silver's doing well, I'm just going to trade gold, right? There's no reason to trade silver. If you're a precious metals fiend, trade it. Silver ain't my thing. And once again, I talked about this last week. It's absurd because what I don't usually love is like overly volatile names like silver based on the contract, but I love trading oil. I'll trade oil every single day, but also I've learned how oil moves. I have no clue how silver moves. If I traded silver right now, I would probably get smoked. Around for CL, the previous hourly candle was a big wick and closed red. If you take a long, would you say that goes against time frame confluence on the 1 hour? No, because you have to remember, this is all the price action we have to base off of for today. In theory, if you look at the overall confluence, oil's up 5.5%. That's a little bear or a little bullish. Now, if we break back below the open, 100%. Where I took a long was slightly early, but it was within this consolidation here. I took it as we were looking to break over this little resistance, right? If we broke over that resistance, where would we go? The open. Well, if we get over the open, where's the next kind of area? This pivot here, this wick. Well, if we get over the wick, now where are we looking? High day. So I just went for a bigger target. And that's why I said wherever anyone has targets, take them. But yeah, I think this is definitely with structure overall. Because I'm just using the intraday, not necessarily the broader. Because in theory, if you look at this chart, you wouldn't be able to even fathom longs at all until we get back above 91 or 92s. And for me, yes, that makes sense. But for me, that's more of a swing perspective. You're going to see intraday moves. And it's just our place to try to find them and execute on them. And also, if you leaned more so short on oil, you can just wait. Wait till you get to conviction. If we break the low of the range, short it. Other than that, sit cash. Real easy. Hell yeah, Sydney. Beautifully done. Silver contracts wrecked my account. Dude, ever since I saw silver, what's silver? SIL? Ever since I saw this day on silver, because I did the math, this move on one mini was like $220-something thousand. Ever since I saw that, I had zero interest in silver. Most people look at that and start drooling. That type of volatility, nah. In my cup of tea. What would you say is key with trading oil being so volatile? Size. I mean, size is everything. On evals, I may go a little more aggressive. And I mean, I'm talking also depending on the time frame and how the market's reacting. Like right here on my funded account, I'm in one full contract. So I'm in 10 micros and the risk at 60 is $420. I have no clue what it makes it profit because I'm just taking somewhat of a trim. I'm not taking an aggressive trim. Well, you can take, let's say, half of that, and that risk is 200. But if you're looking at a 3R, that's 200 to make 600. So it's just all about sizing. Sometimes you need drastically wider stops. What I like to do is try to wait till the consolidation builds. You could have thrown a stop right here if you wanted to be insanely tight. I like to let oil have room. Last thing I want to do is suffocate an oil trade, because if you look at oil in the past and you've been on my streams, you'll see massive wicks spike down, tag you out by a tick, and then go straight to Valhalla, never to be seen again higher. And that's just oil. You just got to understand the instrument you're trading. Well, I just like to let the trade breathe, and then just know oil can go 3% in 20 minutes. And that can be both directions. So I'm always running a hard stop. I always have managed expectations, but this is first target. If it breaks this and rips, we'll see what we can catch. Micro silver is good. It's a weird ratio to minis, 2 point. Weird. That's a really weird ratio. Also with oil, I like to pay attention to the indices because it likes to fade the indices. Right now, people could look at this 2 minute and be like, oh, if this breaks, we could sell off. We could come all the way down, retest the open at 88.15. That'd just be part of the trade, willing to hold through it. But if these do break the open, like we've talked about, RTY breaking the open, ES coming down to the open, if that breaks the open, NQ should. If these are all bearish, I absolutely love this chart. 100%. GC cooking. Ooh. GC do be cooking. I mean, earlier in the stream, we talked about it. Where's an easy target? 720s. Do I think it goes there immediately? No, but if volatility really picks up on the bearish side, it could. Beautiful move so far. I mean, let's see where we roughly talked about that. It was near the beginning of stream, so right shortly after 7, probably around like here-ish. So you're already nearly 50 points from that. And another good point with this, should have just shorted GC instead of NQ. That's fair. Yeah, valid. It's just, you never know. NQ could all of a sudden spike. NQ is just relatively stronger right now. But if it starts to give it up, you can see a larger move. The indices just aren't moving much, and that happens quite often during Asia, to be honest. I mean, we're not in the full Asia session yet, but we'll get there. You have to remember, too, with stuff like this, moves like this will happen all day. Every day, you'll see some type of move like this. You're going to miss hundreds of those. So if you got out of gold early or you didn't, you thought about taking it and don't, you'll find another trade easily. It ain't nothing to stress over. Just like if this goes back to our stop, I could have taken profits, but I didn't want to. So that is what it is. Hell yeah, Nomad. Beautiful trade, brother. Oh, yeah. No, 100% for you. Juan, I just saw it as a good time to rant on that. Appreciate you, brother. It's just because I've been the impatient one before. I used to have a self-funded futures account, and I would liquidate that thing every single time the money got into it because I would just overtrade out my ass. Everything I do and the way I am is just from past experiences. I was the biggest degenerate in the market in my first like year and a half. And I've told those stories multiple times. I'm blatantly open about it. Have I ever traded cotton futures? No. No, I have not. Also, why do I have headphones in? I'm not listening to a damn thing. I'm swing trading since 3 weeks ago. Pretty much every day has been green, thinking to take some profit around 80. What is cotton futures? Like, what's the ticker? I don't think I've even heard of cotton futures. It makes sense that they're there, right? There's lean hog futures. There's a certain level of degen cotton's the far end of it. Well, I'm trying to see how degen it is. I just don't know the ticker. Also, 259 likes, guys. Let's see if we can get to 300. I would absolutely love it. You're being baited. What do you mean I'm being baited? You're saying cotton futures don't exist? Just cotton on TradingView? Has to exist. I don't know if it exists. There's a CFD. Oh, what in the fuck? I don't think that's it. Well, if you've been long for 3 weeks, if this is it, oh wait, never mind. That looks decent. Yeah. I mean, if you've been long for 3 weeks, you're doing well, but I don't see the 80 target. I see 29,000. So I don't think this is the right thing. CT1. There you go. See, that's what I needed. This. Oh. Good Lord. Someone said I was being baited. It exists. See? You've been in for 3 weeks. So when are you retiring? Because holy hell. I didn't know investing in cotton was the next big thing. I mean, that's beautiful. That is a gorgeous move. If I catch 11% on anything, you ain't going to see me for a minute. Well, I'll still be here every day, but indices, ES testing the open, need to see how we react to that. If that can break the open, we should start to see NQ attempt it. Some of y'all are degenerates. Y'all are trading cotton and corn. Just trade gold. I mean, if it works, but very small position. I mean, still beautiful trade. Y'all come across the guy who's been shorting the market since 2022. He keeps saying the market can't keep going up and his cons are expiring soon. You're telling me he's been in a trade for 4 years? Still holding? If so, that man's got a mission. And his mission ain't working very well. All right, coffee I can get behind. I fucking love coffee. I'll trade anything I like. You watched The Big Short one too many times. Why short something rigged to go up? I mean, in theory, if you just think about it, with inflation alone, the market should go up. I know it got down 600 or 800K. I'm buying SOXS past 2 years. What's SOSX? Oh, bearish semiconductors. My man. Why do I have something down here? So he shorted AI. He's not doing too well. He's not doing too well at all. I want to keep an eye on ES around the open, because if that does hold aggressively, we could see a bit more of a push or a pullback here. Yes, Satori, that's the one thing I say. If it works for you and you love trading corn, rip that shit. I don't judge someone on trading something that works. Yeah, 040, that's interesting as hell, but there's got to be something that like he knows if he just straight trading coffee. You trade coffee futures, I would assume. There's coffee cash contracts. Got to be futures. Watch it be like CFE1. Nope. Cough. I mean, there's a futures contract. That's the thing. You can trade just about anything with futures. Also, let's take a look at old Bitcoin, see how it's doing over the weekend. Bitcoin looks terrible. Failed to even get back up to 80. Weekly failure to go higher here. Monthly could end up a failure to go higher as well in a monthly bear flag. Bitcoin doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. Wheat just took a dump. I'm not looking at all these fucking futures. I love y'all, but Casey said it was coffee futures. Interesting. That's the thing. It's like me and oil. I don't like trading gold. I say it's because of the volatility, but I don't necessarily know how gold moves. I don't trade gold that often. I've traded oil now for 2 months straight, basically. I'll trade oil all day without any issues because I know the volatility is there. All you really need to do is catch one trade a week on oil and you're set easily. Just wait for one setup you love, catch that 3 to 5% move. Because something we looked at before too, and I've talked about this in the past, this chart's going to look different because it's for a bot. See, it's already on oil. It knows me. Do I not have that set? Oh. Where's my thing? I used to have the ATR on this chart, I thought. Apparently it's gone. Is it on this chart? Nope. All right. I don't know where it went. Oh, well. But the ATR on oil is like $6 or something crazy. It's probably higher now. What link has all the futures on one page? Clean water futures move during summer. Brother. There's a lot more futures than I thought even humanly possible. We're trading clean water now. That's a thing. I want to see how ES continues to react here. We do have the Asia Open in 5 minutes. We're likely going to see some volatility. NQ would be a failure to go higher. The other 3 indices are inside bars, so that doesn't give much conviction. Unless we break the lows. We need these below the open. Ideally see ES low a day. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. FinViz, I sent a few comments up. Did I completely miss it? Yeah, I missed it. I don't see it. I don't know where it is. But, all right, bet. Going along, ice cream futures, June 1st. June might be a little late. You might start seeing the boom in ice cream come like late April, early May. Nick. That's the comment you come in with. Asia Open is like New York Open. It's just for Asia. That's where you see a lot of volatility. I posted something urgent on my profile. You a bot, Mark. Channel activity. Joined 1 hour ago. That's his first message. I'm going to have to rock somebody. Yeah, no, Asia Open, it's not always volatility at like 8 p.m., but 8:20 to 8:40, you'll see a lot of really nice setups. Where are we at on the likes? Don't tell Drake this, but that account's getting given away no matter what. Because I need to test my giveaway bot. We are at 263. Not too shabby. Make me mod, I'll do it. No, I've only rocked one person so far. If I got to bring out the band hammer, I'm bringing out the band hammer. Let me have some fun. Mark seems legit. You sure about that one? I don't know. He's got something urgent on his profile. I'm not checking it out, but it's urgent. Just want to make some deals. Also, if y'all can think of any like commands that you want in chat, let me know. Because also like quotes, like if we get Jake quotes, like I can do quote because I put one in earlier. I think it should work. Free funded. I don't think that's one. Yeah, there we go. I got to find more quotes. Right now, it's just one. It'll just spam that one. I'm going to have a giveaway one that I will do. I got to test that out. And if it doesn't work, we'll just do the normal. Add quote. Not private, man enough to say it. I could do that. I could do that easily. But now, imagine we just put a bunch of funny trading quotes from Jake on. And then if anytime someone types quote, it just pops in chat and he gets to see it. I'm just trying to find ways to make it more entertaining. Like I also have a wheel that I can add. Like we have multiple giveaway accounts where like it picks what account you get. But how you guys doing? What are you guys trading? What are you guys in? Short the top, even if it keeps topping. Just took a platinum trade. Okay. NQ short. Okay. Same trade as you. Respect. Platinum. Not too shabby. I like the big spike lower on the 4 hour. I already know what NQ shorts look like. Gold popping up a little bit. I want to see how it reacts to low of day around like 780. Oil's looking really good. 15-minute fail to go lower, triggering a 15-minute buy if it breaks above here with the Asia open. Short ES should have been YM, IDK, did. Yeah, I mean, it'd be like that sometimes. Not a playoff hockey. Beautiful. It's not a fuck yeah, it's a fuck no. Beautiful quotes. Problem is, I would have to like ignore you guys and type them all out right now, so I'll do it later. Definitely, I need a max win or a max payout. Has to be one. Has to be. But no, I'll just cook them for the next few days. And then one day Jake will pop on stream and you all just hit exclamation mark quote and it's just going to spam him with his own quotes. Unless he's lurking right now, he ain't going to know what's coming. I need a max payout. We're coming into that 880 to like 89 area that I'm skeptical of. Yeah, oil's getting some gas in his tank. I don't even know what I'm up. I'm not looking at my broker. I'm looking at you guys. Oh, Jake's always lurking. That's the thing. You never know who's lurking in here. If someone in here is not subscribed, you should try subscribing because I want to see if the little thingy works on my screen. I haven't seen it pop up yet. And I know people are unsubscribing and resubscribing. I don't know if that counts. So we need a new subscriber, just one, so I can test it. Well, oil's looking good so far. Should be up around like 1.5 R. Just subscribed. I wasn't before. Let's see if it shows up. Also, appreciate you. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on the back end for like stream stuff. I just did. Appreciate you too. It's not in there yet, but it should pop up. Yeah, for those of you that are new here, because I know there's probably some new faces, we stream 6 days a week now. And it is, I kick it off Sunday, well, unless Jake pops on for the hour. Then we have Mr. Allen at 1 a.m. Eastern doing the London. I see T lurking in the corner of the chat. Then we have pre-market. I think Mitch and Jake at 8. And then we have Power Hour at 2. Cooked by Jake in DC chat. Yeah. Cole, I do. I just don't do them as much because my main focus is you guys in chat. But I do one-on-ones. 100%. It's just mainly on like Friday, Saturday. But I'll make them work. I'm adjustable to schedules. All right, I'm going to see if because for some reason the 2 subs didn't pop in. I'm going to redo this one and see if it pops up. All right, so like that one pops up if I redo it. See, it's supposed to look like that. I think that's kind of sick. I told you he was lurking. He's always lurking. Always lurking. Jake, you're going to hate me for mentioning this. But did you happen to take gold on like your account? I know you probably didn't, but I'm just praying you did. Fuck. Well, then I'm not going to pull up the chart. Don't do it. Don't look at it on your end. Just my bad. All right, so for some reason, the subscribed didn't show up. For those of you that did. And I don't know why. I'll figure it out later. We only long gold. J-Dot, you missed it earlier. Jake was on stream and he banged out a short right before I got on. I subbed to a different account. Yeah, like if you watch the stream right now, it should look like this right above my head. Every time someone subscribes in the chat. It's just kind of like a thank you to you guys. Loki, happy I didn't have it on my personal. You'd probably be full trading right now, just seething over it. Bears get their 15-minute of fame. J-Dot, we're about to get the next 15 days of fame. Let us take over. Y'all got your rally. Let us take the wheel. Jake. I mean, Nick, that's the thing. People can come after us all we want. We're going to have haters no matter what because we're streaming on YouTube. Anyone comes after us, I don't care. I don't have anything to prove to people. I'm here showing my trades live every single day. I ain't worried about what anybody says. Gochor was clean, though. Gochor was really clean. So far, we did reject off that area we were talking about. We didn't get all the way up to the low a day. Close enough. If that ends up pushing, we have oil looking juicy. The indices, ES is now at the open. If ES loses the open, NQ should get that little move down. RTY rejecting the open from below. Everything looks good. Now it's just, can we get it? Can we get that extra pop? Let's see, 89. Oh, I just looked at P&L. I should probably trim a little bit more if we get up there. We'll do that. It's not as much as I probably should, but or trimming. Not yet. I still have my trim where it's set. Everything's looking too good. Yeah, Cole, that means usually around like 8:20, we're going to see a massive 30-second reversal just because. I would like this 15-minute to not fail to go higher. Be a little better. I can also see like a 4-hour consolidation in this range, which is why, to be honest, this is a little bit more reserved. 1.5 points isn't crazy on oil. What happens at 8:20? No, Sarah, usually, so the Asia Open brings a little bit of volatility, but this is also why I pushed the streams back, because when I started them, they were 6 to 8. And I would even stream like half hour later. Between 6:20 and 6:40, you'll typically see a ramp in moves. Don't know why, but that time frame is when I've seen a lot of larger moves happen, which is why we push this back an hour. So we can potentially capture them. And the first hour usually sucks if there's not some war-based news going on in the economy. Because usually you don't see this. But for now, how many likes are we at? Because I might run that giveaway. I wish I could see it on my screen. I don't know why they don't show it. Also, appreciate all 205 of you lovely people in here. 275, 276. Can we get 24 more? Can we get to 300? If you watch Bookmap, you start to see liquidity added in the first half hour. Can't say. Yeah, it is Joel's birthday. The legend in the Discord. Let me set this up. Oh. So if I go edit. Oh, I can pre-set up stuff. That's cool. You guys want a 3 or 5 minute timer for a giveaway? I mean, you'll have to type one message. That's it. What would I tell someone just starting a 50K prop firm account? Gene, the number one thing is, remember, prop firms in the end are in it to make money. Beautiful potential companies, right? The risk, the reward on prop firms is astronomical when you're consistent. Do not focus on the days or the consistencies for accounts. Just focus on taking good quality trades. If it's like 50% consistency to pass, you don't have to pass it in 2 days. You can take 2 weeks. It doesn't matter. I know someone who traded an account for 3 months, passed it, and then they kept that account alive, now going on like 8 months. It's just all about consistency for the most part. Yeah, when I do it, I will. It'll be simple. It's just like exclamation mark enter, but it's not up right now, so don't do it because that's not going to do anything for you. All right, so the indices are seeing a little bit of a hold at the open here. Oil 15 minutes starting to fail to go higher, right off that 88.80 area. Gold, a little bit of momentum, nothing crazy. What's the 15s look like here? Just some wicks. Hourly could fail to go lower, but we're 12 minutes in, so I'm not counting that. If it does, it does. I'm still willing to take the stop on this trade. I have no issues with it. Yep, yeah, it'll just be in chat here. And if it doesn't work, I'll just do a giveaway how I normally do. And then I'll figure it out later. It'll be real simple. The goal for me is just to make it easier for you guys, so that way everyone can just do it later. All right, where are we sitting on the accounts? Not too shabby. What about this one? Not too shabby. So we got to 890s. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see if it's able to get continuation or not. Could end up getting this hourly little fail to go higher and get a push back lower towards the open. Then we'll see how it reacts. I'm still willing to hold it because I think this would be like my first target. If it continues, it continues. If not, we'll find another one tomorrow. Leo, I'm not sure. You got to remember the IT people for this are us. And that should say something. But no, I have it set up through a bot where I should be able to do giveaway. You guys will be able to just enter. I don't know how to do it from the likes. I haven't seen anything like that. If it's a thing, I'll do it in the future 100%. But I'm going to see how this one goes. If it's smooth, we'll rock with it. I have an idea for future ones too, which would be kind of fun. I'm going to sell my parents so I have more capital to trade. David goes, what price you asking? I'll say something about, you can say something nice about Ohio. It ain't going to get you an extra entry, but you can just, out of the kindness of your heart, feel free to throw it out there. Yep, Age, that's what I've been working on this whole time. Like, if you want any of our Instagrams to follow, all you got to do is exclamation point Insta and then our name. So for mine, it's Insta Rong. And then take a few seconds, the bot will throw it in there. I'm working on more commands and stuff that I want. That's just what I cooked up during Jake's. Ohio's nice, J-Dot, but don't let other people know that. We like the Ohio slander because it keeps everybody else out. Besides, you know, the 5 feet of snow and the 2 tornadoes this year already, it's not bad. Cole, I feel like you could get a little more than that. 250K each for your parents? I feel like that's a little low. YM 15-minute looks interesting. Interesting how? I'd be shocked if it didn't hit low of day because it's that close. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. NQ, really weak 15. I like that a lot. The other indices are kind of just consolidating here. If they pick up momentum, NQ will likely go back up towards the highs. But if NQ remains weak, we'll likely just see the consolidation. Then they'll attempt to break under the open. 1 million each, then you don't have to trade. I mean, at least throw a long-term investment in there with it. Just subscribed. Appreciate you. I don't know why this subscription thing's not working right now, but I'll figure it out. You guys are lucky though. I almost put it on without or with the notification bell. That would have been annoying. If I go modules, preference. Oil's looking like it's testing the open right now. We'll see. Not looking too great, especially if the indices pushing higher a little bit. There's a chance I get stopped on this. This is also what I mean by oil can have more aggressive pullbacks pretty quickly without, I mean, just big rejections. It's just part of oil. You just got to be comfortable with this if you want to be able to trade it. Cole, you say 2Ms is not enough. You just tried to get 250K. Make up your mind. It got stopped out 200 oil all as well. Hey, I mean, you had a green. Nice trade. I'm going to leave my stop at 60 no matter what, just because I'm okay with the risk. If it stops me, it stops me. Yeah, I mean, right. The number one thing I say is I make enough to pay my bills. That's all that really matters. Cole, that's not legal. All right, let's see if I can get this giveaway going. I'll do a 3-minute timer. It seems like it should be enough time. And then does that say anything? All right, so you should just have to do exclamation point enter, and it'll put you in the giveaway. You have 3 minutes from right now to type it once. So I need everybody in the chat to do exclamation point enter. No, Chris, all in one post. Nope, not just exclamation point. Oh no, Streamlabs is going crazy. Oh no. No, exclamation point enter, all in one. Not just an exclamation point. Yeah, 3 minutes. Probably like 2 now. You only get 1 entry, by the way. So if you spam it doesn't give you more. All right, this seems to work well. And obviously it'll reply to you saying that you got an entry. So if you see that, you're good. But just exclamation point enter if you want a chance to win a free Lucid 50K, which is an insane account. It's like what, what's $80 account, something like that. It's kind of sick. We have 73 people in, and there are currently 180 in here. Who's not doing it? Oh shit. Slight hiccup. I'll have to manually end it because I did 3 hours. That's my bad. I looked at the timer. I'm like, why does it say 2 hours and 57 minutes? I'll give you guys a few more minutes though. If you haven't entered, exclamation point enter, and you'll be in. Once it gets to 3 minutes, technically 30 seconds. So you have 30 seconds to enter. Exclamation point enter. There is, it says 74, but that's got to be wrong because I've seen you guys spamming. Sean, put an exclamation point before the word enter. I would type it out, but then it puts me in it. I don't want to win because then it's just rigged. And then obviously, if you see the reply from Streamlabs, you're in. That's all you need. Once you get a reply, you don't need to type again. I'll give you guys a few more seconds while I look at the indices, see what they're doing, see if they're going to cook us or not. You still got some time. All right. I'm going to give you 30 seconds if you're not in. If you miss it, you miss it. Exclamation point enter, all one word, no spaces to get in. Next time I know, though, don't make it a 3-hour giveaway. Ten seconds. 5. All right, it is closed. And pick. AAYKE is it. That's your winner. So what happens is everyone gets one entry. So that way it's not just whoever spams more. It makes it fair. And so far, I like this system. Yeah, just go ahead and shoot me a DM on Instagram if you do Insta Ron. And then just send me a little screenshot of your overall YouTube, and I'll get you the code. But no, this is the system. I just got to get everyone else understanding how to do it. I can set up giveaways already for people, so it'll be nice. And then I'll just have to start it. I did. I earned it. You still got a chance. Yeah, go ahead and click that link. Just shoot me a DM. Take a screenshot of like your YouTube, and then I'll go ahead and get it sent over to you after stream, obviously. Guys, you can the giveaway's over. You can't enter anymore. You can't do it. You could try, but there's not another one set up. Of course, brother. Congrats. Let me in. Polish. That is fucking crazy. That is crazy. I'm not even going to repeat that just, in case YouTube hates it. Re-entry on CL. I'm not out. My stop ain't got hit. Hit TP, please. I could make that a command. I don't think it's going to help. Cole, for legal reasons, I don't think that's possible. I would like to see a 5-minute little bull candle get us back above 88.38 to give us a 15-minute fail to go lower. It would look good. Then the indices would likely fail to go higher, which would look good. We'll see if it's going to give it to us, though. I did. I didn't get a reply. You probably should have. Because, I mean, there was a lot of entries. 2 trades. I'll see if I see it. If not, worst case, I'll just extend it. Next time, do like 5 minutes. I see you in there. You're good. You were on the list. Oh, no, when you just did it, no, the giveaway was over. Yeah, you did it like 60 seconds after. You can't, guys, you can't enter anymore. It's already done and gone. It's a handy robot. Dude, it's beautiful, right? I can do so many commands with this. I just got to figure out what I want to do. I spent Jake's entire stream just messing with it. I don't like how things are looking right now. Like, that's not a good 15. The hourly could start to pull back, go towards the lows. Which the 4-hour would have room down to like 87s. But I would need to see a little 2-minute fail to go lower here to give any conviction. And I need to see the indices try to get back below the open. Enter full port. All right, I have an idea. Monk, type that again. I want to see if this works. Oh, it's Moke. Oh, God. It works. Congrats, you've all been liquidated. Lost everything you have. Sounds about right. See, that's the funny thing is like, unless Jake's lurking, he has no clue that's going to exist. So if you guys hit it tomorrow, he's just going to see that comment. And the greatest thing is the other streamers don't even know I'm doing any of this. So they're going to have no clue what's going on. I'm anticipating a stop here on oil at this point with how the 15 looks, because I would at least expect a 15 spike lower with how this is closing. Wisido. Market could start to pivot here if it really wants to. 15 minutes closing pretty strong. I would at least expect it to go spike those highs on the indices. It's kind of what we talked about earlier. If these end up holding the open, NQ could start to reverse that and go towards the highs. It's kind of setting up that way. I mean, we have 40 seconds till the 15-minute close. It looks like it's going to be a little more bullish. Surprise, motherfucker. Yeah, I'll have to stay on for at least the first part of Alan's stream so I can help him run a giveaway like that. Because I think right now I'm the only one that knows how to set it up. So I'm the entire back end of that bot. Wait, in the commands, can I do a giveaway? Oh, so you can. Okay, so I might be able to teach them how to do it themselves. Yeah, this is also part of trading oil. That's why I said I don't hate earlier trims. I'm looking for a bigger move on it. Could bite me in the ass. It's part of it. It's a part of trading this name. Anyone catch any of the longs right there for a little short trade so far? I know someone long the open. One of you had to. You did? I was going to say, I didn't. Oscar, yeah, I just ran a giveaway. What up, Oscar? How you doing, brother? Yeah, right. Jake had a gold short. He shorted somewhere around here, right, chat? Was it there or was it earlier here? One of these two, either here or here. One of them. I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. I'm here talking to all you lovely people. We've built a dashboard for prop trader. Elusive, you can send it to that email. Oh, wrong email. It needs a C at the end. Hang on. If you send it to that, we can go ahead and we'll look into it, brother. Appreciate you reaching out. Gas, what are you doing? What are you doing? Of course. Yeah, that'll get in front of Jake's eyes too. Also, I forgot that one dude. The one dude that had the thing on his channel, I forgot to block him. So he's probably going to come back at some point. I would want NQ to test 770 by tomorrow morning, then maybe a small sell setup to overnight lows. IDK maybe seems aggressive though. Yeah, Oscar, it's all Streamlabs. Send you DM. I'll get you after stream. I don't want to dive into DMs on stream. My focus is on you guys here now. I'll get you after though. I don't hate 770. I mean, it could make sense for like a bigger area to reject off of. It doesn't necessarily need it. At some point, we'll definitely fill this gap, but I don't like just chasing gaps on futures. It could easily fill 100%. We could trigger this, rally straight up to it. Oil could go sweep the lows easily. I'm not opposed to it. Damn, Cole. Have a good night, brother. I'm definitely open to it, especially if I get stopped out, because then thesis would be oil's likely going to go pull back a little bit, and then the indices will likely catch up. Oscar, I've been in oil. We saw, what was it, like 1.5 R, 1.6 R? I didn't trim any though. I'm still holding. It'll, right now at this point, it'll probably go to stop me out. I'm okay with it. %, JT. I mean, in the beginning, I talked about the potential of doing the same thing that we did last week. Because last week, our big pullback in this entire move was last week's gap down. We gapped down, what was it, from 64 to 78? Or no. Yeah, we gapped down almost 100 points on ES and then just all-time highs. That's not crazy if that happens again, 100%. I was looking for a little bit more of a continuation lower, which we might not get. Oil might come down, stab my stop. And if it does, it does. But yeah, if we just end up, because a lot of people are going to be overly short off this news. If it does gap down and hold lower, I'm leaning short. If we end up getting a decent rally during the overnight, I'd be looking more towards longs. I can see it really going either way for now. What I'm going to be doing is paying attention to more so like this for the short term. And then outside of that, I'm interested in trading it. While inside, it's a little more overall. Yeah, I could really see either way tonight. The inner me still leans lower. We'll see how we hold here. If we do end up just subtly spiking this 15, the trade could easily still be valid. And it'll be another thing like Thursday where I'm just looking to hold overnight, see what happens. Which most of these trades, I'm perfectly fine with. But how you guys doing? Anyone got any questions or anything? Y'all quieted down a little bit. E4. Marvel longs. I'll look at stock charts. I can't long Marvel here. 100% I can't long Marvel here. That's just the way I trade. Like, what my biggest thing is, if this is a 5-minute chart, what am I going to do here? It's up 50%. Can it keep going? 100%. Easily. If it wants to keep going, it'll keep going. If buyers are in control, they'll stay in control. I don't know what pumped this, but for me, it's just not, that's not where I love to long. But I'm not saying it can't work or can't hold. 100% it can. Also, I think we pivot to, and then tomorrow we can target Friday's highs. 100%. If we end up seeing buying pressure back over like 71.20s, we could easily see upside during the overnight. I still lean more bearish than bullish. Why? And it's not even just being overly bearish. Sarah, take away the space. It's, if this is a 5-minute chart, what would I want? I'd want a higher low to be able to long. This looks phenomenal to me, even if we go down to like 70.50, 70.25, 7,000. Set a daily higher low and then look to long that back up to all-time highs. That's what I want to happen. That's why I'm okay taking the short. So I just think this is more aggressive, which is why I did take a risk over the weekend, which does answer the other question. Do I trade options? Yes. I'm currently in SPY puts over the weekend. All my options trades are within the Discord. I'll usually take like 2 to 3 a week most of the time, just depending on what I see. I'm very picky about options for the most part. What time frame you see in inverted head and shoulders? I mean, if you're counting this as like the one shoulder, this is the head, we would need the other shoulder to kind of set up for the most part. Unless you're on maybe the 2-minute. Yeah, I don't necessarily see it. But it can easily play out. All head and shoulders is, or inverted, is a higher low on whatever time frame. What strategy you use for options? I use what we have in the Discord. God damn it, cowboy. I use the entire mastermind system for options. Always. The levels, multi-time frame conviction is everything that I have. Do you like same week expiry? More so same week. I don't do 0 days often because in my trading career, probably 60 to 70% of my total losses are 0 days. And I know that for a fact, so I don't trade them often at all. If I have like super high conviction and I'm just looking for a day trade, I'll do it. But even on that, I like a couple days out. Oh, okay, Don. Thoughts on Rocket Lab longs, RKLB? It's a similar thing. I marked this from somewhere. It had to be when we were doing office hours. Someone asked about it. I feel like this is like you missed the breakout, or at least the beginning part. So I would want some type of consolidation because now we're sitting right at this big resistance. Can it keep going? Same thing. Look at the weekly. Weekly strong. Monthly's very strong. It can keep going, but it might not keep going tomorrow. You know, if it gaps up over Friday's candle, I think it can easily. But this isn't a chart where I love to enter. I love to enter when it like starts to break out or we get pullbacks. So this isn't like my A+. It might be someone's. If it is, do you. Do you, boo-boo. I don't like 0T unless it's scalp. Yeah, I'm not a big scalper, but I'll take it for day trades. But it's very rare. Do you use bookmap for levels in mastermind? No, we just use a certain time frame and criteria with that. What's the name of the Discords? It's Rake Trades. If you want we have a free thing you can enter that just does, if he does like giveaways, and I think some channels are open, it's just !Discord. And if you want the premium, which teaches our course, and it's quite literally $100, which is insane. I still can't believe he puts it at that price. But it's !Discord premium, and then !discount will give you the discount code for 50% off. But no, Soft, I like Bookmap personally. I haven't used it in a while, but I do love using Bookmap. for liquidity. It's very useful. I'm fried. Hell yeah. My biggest option holds was 2 months. That's a beautiful trade. My problem with options is when I look for bigger swings, I start getting in the day trading mindset with it and I get out really early. My last big one that was definitely a miss was Exxon. We longed it like down here somewhere, caught a day of the movement, and then I didn't trade it again. I just stuck to oil. And that was a massive mistake. But I do that often. The amount of trades I've got out early on in my career, I could be retired. Leo, it's insanely cheap. Good to see you too, Karma. How you doing? Let's see how the price action reacts for the next like 17 minutes. If it's still good, I might stay on a little bit longer. But once again, like I always say, that depends on you guys. As long as the conversations are flowing, then we're chilling. Because if the charts suck and we're not talking much, well, then we're all just going to be bored. And we can't have that. Network, are you looking for the like mastermind Discord to learn the system? Doing well. What do you think of AMD when you look at the technicals? AMD looked good last week. I don't know what it looks like now. I mean, it looks phenomenal, but what am I supposed to do here? You know? Like, what am I supposed to do here? Yes, and options. I got you, brother. Should you do exclamation point? I'll type it out, but Discord Premium. That'll give you the link, and then that'll give you the discount. The code at checkout is stream, and it gives you 50% off. There you go. But AMD, I mean, I love it. It just looked a hell of a lot better back down here around 227. You know, that's insane for the most part. That's the monthly's insane. I would love to see how it holds up for the next 11 days. If it holds up here, I'd be looking for this thing to scream. But then you also got to compare it to something like MU. Also looks phenomenal. NVIDIA. That looks phenomenal. Hasn't even broke out yet. I mean, it did on the weekly, but. And then the one I haven't looked at in a while. Wow, Qualcomm got smoked. Yeah, Qualcomm is brutal right now. Been holding 270 long, but my premium has gotten up because of the pullback a couple months. Oh, so you've been in for a while. Leona, are you a bot? Because that sounds like a very body question. Your option expires 2 days after my birthday. What's crazy is every year Jake always says, like, I don't want to trade my birthday. I always try to find an expiration that expires near my birthday. So it's like a little gift if it works. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, Carmen. I can't really give much on that because it's made an astronomical move. I know my ass would be trimming crazy right now, but just whatever your plan is, rock with it, brother. And if it doesn't work, right, then I don't get a birthday present. 100% better luck next year. How many times has it been pain on your birthday? Well, 2 years ago, I lost like $2,500 on my birthday. So painful. It's been painful. I've done dumb shit. That was before I was like swing trading into my birthday. That was like it's my birthday. I'm going to take a 0 day and see what the hell happens. And it didn't work. All right. Does Leona have any other chat activity? No. Well, since I didn't rock the other guy, and Leona hasn't responded, I say we rock Leona. So she gone. I saw another. Have you traded Tesla options? To me, it gives some of the best moves. 100. Yeah, I love Tesla. I don't trade Tesla overly often, but I like trading Tesla when the setups are there. Last time I looked at Tesla though was back when it was doing this. And just if you look for the breaks, especially when it does a range like this, it looks beautiful. Like if it gets over 418, I want to slam longs for as long as I can on this. But while it's back in like this kind of daily range, I don't love it. I think Tesla moves very well. I think something very dangerous with it though is they added 3 times a week expirations. There's a lot of Tesla 0 days. But Tesla's one of those ones where it's definitely worth the trade when the setup's there, because Tesla can go 10 to 20% in a day when it wants to. Sounds good, Elusive. I'll let Jake know, and then he should see it. I have access to that email, but stuff about the community, I'm going to let him do. Are you in a position? Yeah, Danny, we've been in a position like the entire time. We're in oil longs. Saw like 1.6 R and it pulled back to break even. Now we're fighting the open again. Okay, not a problem, brother. Yeah, I'll let him know. Appreciate you reaching out. Tesla was a beautiful play Friday. I hated myself for not taking it. That's the thing with Tesla is you can hate yourself every day for not taking trades, because you'll see candles like this. Like I said, Tesla can make crazy moves. That right there alone, 7.5%. And that's nothing compared to what it's done in the past. When Tesla wants to break out and rip, 2 days, 14%. Beautiful. There's a lot of opportunity on Tesla, but at the same time, if there's a lot of opportunity, there's a lot of opportunity to get absolutely steamrolled. Indices are looking a little stronger here. Oil's not losing it yet, but I'm not convinced if the indices are stronger. Especially if they want a 3-bar play here, because I'd expect them to kind of take out the highs. Strong hourly close, 10 minutes left. That would lead me to believe next hourly close will likely spike the high, and then we'll see, because we're not out of the range yet. If we get out of this hourly range, I'm definitely open to longs. That would be after stream for the most part, especially with how NQ looks at the moment. And that could fully invalidate oil, 100%. Hourly failure to go higher. It's more of like a consolidation bar. We're still in the range. If it doesn't hold, we'll go slam the lows, take out the stop. I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck the market. Right. I mean, that's something that honestly, I think is, well, the main thing is just where the bids are when the market opens. So it's where people just start bidding the price, because the market's just controlled by the bids and the asks. You have a good one, Sean. I took calls on Friday, but sold early. It'd be like that, especially in this kind of market where we're just getting extreme rallies. The NASDAQ's up 17.5%. You're going to start to trim early and you're not going to be able to hold. That's just a part of it, just executing upon it. With experience, it gets easier. But then again, I can say that. I think I held YM total to like 49,000 and it ripped 920 more points. So it can get easier, but you're still going to fuck up in the end. At least I do. I mean, it's not even really a fuck up because that was my plan, 49,000, get out. I got what I wanted. Did I expect immediate news candles the second after? No, but it happens. We're in a really heavy news-driven market right now, and it's probably not going to go away anytime soon. Will said AVGO. Jesus. Anyone have a chart that's not just parabolic? It's going to be hard, but off this breakout alone, AVG is up 30%. Brother, I hope you caught at least some of that. Because my God, over to that 360 area was a given, though. We talked about that for a while back when I did office hours. That's where all this stuff is. Because I don't even have AVGO on my charts. So that's all just from being on stream. Beautiful move if you caught it. Fortunately, we're not moving a whole lot right now. Probably just waiting for the hourly close and then see what volume kicks in after that. If this 15-minute triggers on oil, I do like it as long as it holds above. I'm willing to stay in this trade for a while. I mean, shit, Thursday, I was on Alan's trade after being in the trade on Alan's stream after being in the trade for 6 hours. He asked what I was in. I was like, yeah, I've been in this thing for a long time. And that's what I like to do on Asia is just get in something and be able to hold it, whether it works or not. I mean, I also love if it just rips to take profit. We'll get days like that. Market just hasn't given it lately. Unless you took gold shorts. That gold's probably the only thing that's really moved like a notable amount. Everything else has been stagnant. I mean, the indices, since we started, are in a 11-point range on ES. I don't have a single trade there. None. I wouldn't even have had a trim close to being filled. Because I'm typically looking for like 15 on ES as a first kind of target. What up, Tay? I'm feeling great. Gold at night. Gold moves crazy at night sometimes. I got to get used to the price action a little bit more, so it gives us an option there. But I've traded gold a few times. If I see a setup that I'm like, oh, I absolutely love this and nothing else looks phenomenal, I'll trade gold without a problem. What time is it where you're at? It is 9 p.m. I'm Eastern. I was able to fix my sleep schedule a little bit over the weekend, but we'll see how well that holds up. I drank a coffee today this afternoon instead of an energy drink, so it should hold up a little bit better. Yeah, it's not too late for me. I'll probably still be on for at least the first half of Alan's stream. At least help him out, set up the giveaway. But yeah, later tonight, we do have Alan on Man's an Absolute Legend, 1 p.m. Eastern, whatever time that is for you guys. Until Alan streams gets me every night. I stay up watching it, and next thing you know, it's 4:30 in the morning. I'm going to bed. Not good. Friday, I was dead. But if you're not staying up for Alan's stream, I believe Jake is back on in the morning at like 8 a.m. Tay, I've been trading Asia every day for like 2 months now, and I personally love it. There's times we get really, really strong volatility and it's phenomenal. And then there's times we consolidate. It all depends on your perspective on it. Today I wanted a bigger move and it's okay. We just might not get it. It is what it is. But there's days where this will happen and in 30 minutes you'll see oil rip 3%. It all depends. It doesn't help. Oil's up 5.5% right now, or 5% after the pullback. And it just is what it is. I was open to trimming, but I just wasn't too interested until up here. Which, like I said in the time, could be wrong. Could bite me in the ass. If it does, it does. No, Leo, last week my sleep schedule was cooked. I think I was sleeping 4.5, 5 hours a day, every day. But also, some of you guys won't like understand. Like, it's amazing. Like, just doing these streams is amazing. Like, just in general. And the adrenaline of the first week of it is you just want to watch every stream, see how everyone's doing. Like, I want to see how well Alan's doing on stream, how well he's adapting to being live, trading, talking to people, stuff like that. And if you're on Alan's stream, you've seen me ask him deep questions just to get him on a rant for the chat. Because some of you might not realize it, but you guys fuel a lot of how these go. Like, the deeper the questions you ask, that's how you get people in rants. You get us in rants, we'll start going for hours without a problem. Obviously, if we're looking to execute, dial in, we're not going to focus on the chat too much. Trading always comes first, chat second. But once we're in a trade or if the market's sideways, I'm focused on you guys. Yeah, no, last week was brutal with sleeping. I was living off energy drinks and creatine, just thriving. Yeah, whale. I like to trim. That's where me and Jake differ. Jake's phenomenal at holding for massive moves. On this for perspective, this is like my first big target. I was open to trimming 89-ish if we get there because it's a big resistance. But at this point, I'm just looking for 89.5s. My broader target over that would probably be 91.6, which is extreme. Obviously, it's a large move, which can happen, but we'd probably need a lot more time to get there. And I like trimming along the way, taking risk off, and then I'll move my stop as it goes. So that's where me and Jay kind of differ on trades. Hey, I love options. I'm in options right now over the weekend. It's just I'm more patient on options because I just want to find these setups that I love that I think either are absolutely A plus or have enough conviction where the risk to reward's worth it. And then I take options. I just can't take options right now because they're closed. Until we get 24/7 options markets, which I don't want, to be honest. I don't want to be able to trade options at 9 p.m. at night. We need to avoid that at all costs. But no, I love trading options. Right now, I'm primarily futures, but I trade options probably like 20% of the time just because I'm trading futures every single day. I don't trade options every day. Yeah, if I see like a big failure on the daily or just daily kind of time frame structures, I like it a lot. Now, I'm not necessarily looking to trade a failure of the lows all the time unless I really like the risk to reward and I think it's going to hold off multi-time frame analysis. But failures just give me a little bit extra conviction. So like right now, that's why I'm slightly hesitant on if the stop's going to get hit or not because the hourly did spike higher, is technically failing, right? 15-minute is consolidating around the open. If we lose it, we're likely going to get stopped on this. A 100%, 25/5 options or 23/5 options is called futures. Quick question. Who was your favorite trading influencer when you got into trading? This is a throwback, but the man who got me into trading is Brett Simba. Now, if you know him, he owns Tradeify. And it was the just a little marketing thing that got me where he had a Discord and it was, oh, we're doubling the prices at this time. And I was watching him for like a month. And I'm like, well, shit, if I want to learn, I got to get in now. It's cheaper. It worked. I got in. I was in his thing for like a year or so. And that's where I met Rake. But he did raise the prices. So it wasn't just like a marketing. He actually raised them. But he got me in. Yeah, Asia, you have a lot of time to talk because it's not like the New York Open where it's just volatility. Now you're getting volatility here 100%. Like if I was longing gold, I wouldn't even be looking at it. Unless I'm looking for an entry, I really don't care what the charts are doing. Like even if and that's where like I have hard stops on all futures no matter what. So if this starts getting near the stop, I'm not like staring at the chart like, oh crap, we might get stopped out. Because if it hits, it hits. But yeah, bullish. Brett Simba is actually who got me into it, and that's where I met Jake. And now I've met Brett too. He's cool as hell. I've met Max as well. There's a lot of big traders that are really cool that I've met or at least talked to. Like, there's a cool story about Jay Dunn. I knew him like as a trader, but I'd never really talked to him before. When I first got hired by Jake, it was a little bit after. It was when we did our interview, the podcast. It was my birthday, and my mom was pissed because Jake took me out to LA for my birthday, and she couldn't like be around me. And I was like, he'd be like that. But Jay Dunn just randomly texted me, happy birthday. Never talked to him other than Instagram. And he just sent me $100. So I thought it was really cool. Yeah, MOT's a legend. I love Max. Did I just get absolutely wicked? That'll be unfortunate if so. I did get stopped though. So I gotta cancel my trims. Because stop did get hit. How did that one lose more than that one? That's interesting. Phoenix, you and your We Vote America people got to stay away. I already rocked one, and I'm not even waiting for you. You're already gone. We ain't doing spam. This ain't kick. No, like I said, Max is an absolute legend. All those guys are legends. Stock Market Wolf, I met him. He was in LA at Jake's when I did my podcast. Cool as hell. SR, that's awesome. I love when people do stuff like that. But that's also what a lot of people don't see behind the scenes is them just giving away stuff. I mean, like, plus even Max, the amount of stuff they've given away is insane. But that's why we all do it, just to help others. Obviously, money's a byproduct. It is what it is. But you only get it from people who are supporting you. So, all right. So we have ES hitting high of day. Me moving that stop might be a bit of a downfall. And that might bite me in the ass. There's a chance of it. No, Tay, I've never gotten into ICT or anything like that. So I couldn't even tell you what a fair value gap is, to be honest. I just know it works for me, so I just don't bring other stuff into it. And if you do like ICT concepts, our Power Hour guy, Christian, does. He trades them. So 2 p.m. Eastern, he's live. And you can always talk to him about it. I've never been induced to him. I've never looked into him. So I'm not your guy for ICT stuff. Yeah, he loves talking about it. But when you know what you know, you love talking about it. Oh, 100% troll ICT. But I mean, it's one of those things where I think the main trader of ICT isn't what people think he is. But in reality, the overall concept can work for people who execute well on it. Gold decided to come back yet. Can you hedge? You can 100% hedge if I want to. If you mean like long and short oil at the same time, no. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with hedging, especially on like longer term shares. Imbalances in price action. Okay. A lot of the stuff that, like, if people start explaining some type of ICT concept to me, and then I just really understand it, it's a lot of it is like higher lows, lower highs, stuff like that I trade with just a little bit of extra steps added. I mean, bullish. There's nothing wrong with stuff like that. Like if you looked up to someone in trading, it's just someone who got you into it, right? I mean, there's traders out there. Some are better than others, but I'm not going to judge someone if they got you into it, you know? I will say Alex G is a genius at social media content and marketing. 1,000%. I mean, no one streaks the Super Bowl to promote a new product. Looks like the indices are trying to get that little pop higher. We obviously got the 9 p.m. volatility kicking in here. Right when it opened, that's when we've got the break, got the volatility overall. So I'm not overly interested in this. If we spike the lows and get some setup later, but this is pretty aggressive, so I'm not looking to get back in. Yeah, it definitely didn't bite me. And all it did was make me lose less, so I'm happy about moving the stop. Could have moved it up more, but I'm not nitpicking that and stressing it. In reality, once we kind of set this, I could have moved it up to like 80. Thought about it, but I was just going to leave it where it is. 100% J Love. I couldn't agree more. And that's like all of us, you're watching 5 different traders who all have learned the same strategy, and none of us trade the same. Every single person in this chat trades slightly different in one way or another. And it's because everyone has a different personality. The more you understand your personality and how you are as like a person is easier to trade. Like that's when you start to really see the exponential growth in your trading. The more you understand yourself. No, Tay, not really. I mean, if I don't pay attention to the fundamentals at all, I just do what the chart's doing. If we're buying, we're buying. If we're selling, we're selling. Then I just trade it off that. If it, most of the time it'll give conviction with the overall setup in the market, and then I'll just trade it that way. So I don't pay attention to it too much. I'm usually not actively in trades during it, just because that's when you get cooked. I'm not one that's like, oh my God, FOMC's this afternoon. I want to take an options trade. I'm the type where I don't want to trade FOMC day until the day's over. Yep, finesse 1,000%. Results will vary between everybody in trading. And that's the greatest part about it. That's the problem is too many people try to copy someone else in trading. And that's when people really start to struggle because they're trying to trade exactly like someone. They're trying to fully copy someone and just do that. And it's not going to work because also you don't know what kind of emotion or mood that person's in that day. And that's when things get all messed up. But I'm not Jake. If I try to trade like Jake, I will blow my account immediately. And I know that. That's just how it goes. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, indices are strong right now. What prop firm lets you hedge? I don't think any of them do. I don't think you can hedge against your own asset because it doesn't make sense. I have heard from someone, and I respect him. He's on Twitter. His name's Pax. What he's talked about before is let's say you're in one mini. Something that is reasonable is at trim areas, you short micros against the mini, and that makes a lot of sense on a deeper scale. And I agree with that. But prop firms aren't going to let you do that. Because if they start letting you hedge, you just full port each direction and one of them's bound to work eventually. Right? Because they're going to counter each other perfectly. One's going to go farther than the other, and then you're going to pass. So they're not going to let you do that because that's just gaming the system. But no, there's definitely hedging strategies out there between micros and minis. And I've done it before on a mini, on a personal account. But you can't do it on prop firms. Appreciate you, Tay. 6. 5. 2021. So yeah, this is my 5th year. You can X. I mean, at that point though, are you really trading or are you just gambling, hoping to pass one? You know, that's how I see it. Other people see it differently. Obviously, there's the CPI degenerates out there, and someone in here might be that, where they set a long and a short order on each side of the consolidation before it and hope one hits. Most of the time, they just get liquidated. I think it's dumb as shit, personally. Just wait till after CPI and trade it that way, even if it's a prop firm. But I don't like if I turn on like degen hours, what I'm doing is, let's say, taking a long here, throwing a stop at 87 just because the risk to reward's worth it. That's my style of degenning. It's not going to be trading some type of news candle where I'm like, oh, if this works, it'll be phenomenal, and then go off that. How long ago did you become a full-time trader? I believe 3 years ago. It sounds crazy, but I don't know exactly. I believe it was 3 years. Also, 187 Mob. One thing I would be cautious of, I don't know if they still do it. In the past, there was a group of prop firms that were working together with hedging. So if you had an account with both, they would let each other know that you were full port long on one, full port short on the other, and you'd get rocked. Just because they're here to like let you trade, not to gamble the system. Yeah, unorthodox. I made enough to pay the bills 2 years in. I wasn't like, I don't have a Lambo. I don't make $500,000 a year. I make enough to live. And I'm happy with that for now. I'll grow over time without a problem with it. Yeah, she trades. It was about 2 years. Like 2.5. Appreciate it. I was never involved in Forex. I don't understand it. No, not something I got into. I used to do leverage crypto. That was my pure degenerate days. Outside of that, though, I've never traded Forex. For me, if I have futures, I don't need it. Also, I'm not a fan of it because of how much unregulated shit's out there. And I just don't want to deal with that for the most part. That's just not something I really want to put my name behind. Oh, if I start making that much, I'll be Jake's neighbor 100%. Shay, what do you mean who? $100 finesse. Hell yeah, Sage. Love that. Who's Discord? I'm in Rake Trades Discord. That's where our whole education system is. Made bank from Luna going back. You know what I did? I lost my ass with VGX going back to zero. Because that was where all my crypto, this is the last time I ever traded crypto outside of like coin. I haven't touched it since. I probably have like 2 accounts with like $20 in it or something, but they can keep it. I probably still have a Kraken account, which is what I used to be a degenerate on. Also, I just realized we're over 2 hours, but I'm just sitting here talking to you guys. I don't know if I'm looking for a trade right now, just because what the 15s look like. If the hourly failed to go higher, I'd be more interested in possible shorts, especially with RTY and YM weakness. But if we 15-minute little inside bar and end up breaking, I could see longs playing out. I would just want a little bit of consolidation here and then look for the break. I'm open to oil longs. I just don't think I want to dive into anything here. Mainly just because I would have to throw the degen hour sign on. But it would be for this hourly fail to go lower, which we would need to get all the way up to 88 to set. And then that's where you see the potential. It's Fugazi. Crypto is a Fugazi. See, bullish. Where you got out, I went in. The second they banned US traders, VPN all day. I used to pay an annual VPN subscription just so I could lose thousands of dollars on leveraged crypto. It depends, Ramoy. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And it's just how it is. If it fills it sooner, it's good. But eventually the market on futures will fill gaps. That's where I differ between futures and options. I could care less if there's a gap on an options chart because they close every single day. They don't trade 23 hours a day. But if there's a gap on a futures chart, I do pay attention to it. It's just at some point it'll fill, but it could fill in 2 months. It doesn't have to fill tomorrow. And then there's times it'll fill in the next hour, you know? Yeah, no, 100%. Futures markets love to fill gaps at some point or another. Let's see. Armani, that is insane. That you paid a guy to make you a fake UAE card to get back in Binance. That is the craziest crypto thing I've heard. Yeah, bullish. That was my problem though. When I was leverage trading crypto, there was times where I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna take like an okay position and look for a big return. And then there's times I'm 25x looking for 600% or bust. And it doesn't go well. What's this crown besides my name? I think you're the third most chatter in the group today. I think it's also between like watch time, chats, and then if you like to stream or not. Cole's number 1, Sarah's number 2, you are number 3, and Bullish is right behind you at number 4. Do I think AI is going to replace trading? I think hedge funds will use AI 100%. Once it gets more well-known and shown and proven, yeah, I think hedge funds will use it. I don't think it's going to replace trading. Because someone's asked me before if it's going to replace retail traders, and I think that's crazy. Unless all retail traders are using it, I don't see it replacing it 100%. Just because we're here, I don't plan on using AI. Some people might, but I don't. I plan on just continuously trading the market. If it ends up being the way to go, it's the way to go. But I plan on just trading the way I trade. Yeah, I figured they already are. But they'll probably use it more in scale as AI gets better as well. Because they're 100% going to build models that have 90% win rates through AI. Finesse, I think they did. I don't know. If they did, I'll finally be able to switch my Robinhood account back over. That thing's been, my margin on Robinhood has been PDT'd for 2.5 years. And I haven't switched it back for the 90 days. I just switched to a cash account. Interesting. Yeah, so I'll have to switch over. But no, I used to put in perspective how much of a degen I was. Every time my 90-day Robinhood PDT would get taken off, within 2 weeks, I would PDT again, 100%. And what I would then do, because most people don't know this, you can get 2 PDTs on Robinhood. The first one, you just can't sell that same day. The second one, you can't even open a trade. And every single time I would get hit with the second one because I would just keep trading. And there'd be days where I'd want to take a day trade and I'd take a swing trade and I'd have to get out and they just smack you with a PDT and then your account's cooked. But then they brought cash accounts. So I've been on that ever since. Yeah, AI is definitely a really interesting topic with trading. Now, the most AI I know is Claude. So I'm not going to be the most, like, the best person to talk about it. I would rather have someone like that actually knows AI talk about it. I 100% expect them to use AI a lot in trading because the markets, like, they'll easily be able to find systems in the markets. The one thing I'll avoid though is any influencer who says, I have a new AI trading bot that works 90% win rate, no matter what, you're going to win. Because if you think about it, if they're doing that, where would they make more money? Selling it to the average retail trader, probably make $5-10 million, maybe a little more. Or find a multi-billion-dollar prop firm that'll pay you $100 million for it. You know, I think I'd go with option 2 if it actually worked. You called Rong. I'm called both. My name's Ron, and my last name starts with a G, and that's just how it ended up working. So, yeah, Rong or Ron G. I'm cool with either, or just Ron. Whatever you want to call me, I'm cool with it. What are your thoughts on this poly market? They're getting huge. I mean, I haven't used projection markets. Well, that's a lie. I used it once on Robinhood, which is against everything I believe in. But there's a sports bet, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw $10 on it. I think it's crazy to try to use it on Robinhood. Like, the last thing I want to be able to do is sports bet on my options account because there's a reason I don't have thousands of dollars in FanDuel, you know. But I think it's huge. I mean, the stuff you can bet on is insane. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think prediction markets are just going to continuously explode. That's why, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about Robinhood down here. I think we literally talked about it the day before it started exploding. On stream with Jake, the first day we ended up trading. And then it exploded. This whole thing, Robinhood's implementing prediction markets, is still going down. The value's there. That's why I think Robinhood isn't going anywhere, because they're being smart. They're adapting. They're bringing in prediction markets. And they know a lot of their fan base is going to be degenerates. What up, Assam? How you doing, brother? Advice for going live or not on prop. Colroy or Colray. Most people aren't going to get banned on prop firms for getting payouts. What happens is a lot of prop firms have limits of what you can get in payouts. So what they're going to do is, once you hit that threshold, and it's your choice if you want to go live or not. If you don't go live, they just don't let you trade anymore. And you just go to another prop firm because they don't want you to rinse them for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's just how it goes. All the rules are there in the beginning for limits, payouts, whatever it is. And also, some places can't go live. Like A Zhang, who trades at 1 a.m., he's locked out of a lot of prop firms because that man has maxed out most prop firms already, which is insane. But he can't go live because of where he lives. But I like self-funded accounts. My next payout that I get is going to be on a self-funded account. I'm going to use all that money to just start a self-funded future, so I have one. Hassam, that was what, 3-4 years ago? Of course I fucking forgot it. Do you most of my money through props or self-funded? Both. I'm about like 50-50 right now on them. It all depends. There'll be months where I have great times on prop firms and won't do well on options. It all depends on the market and how I'm trading. Job, it's a really open-ended question there, because it's like, what are you willing to risk? How much funds do you have overall? Some people it might be 10K. Some people it might be 2K. So it all depends on what amount you're okay with putting in the market. I've ran self-funded options accounts with $1,000 before. Not options, self-funded futures accounts with $1,000 before. Because you only need $50 in margin to trade one MES. Yeah, you don't need an exponential amount of money to trade a self-funded account. You just got to be really particular about your trades. And it's going to take a while to grow. But I think we might go ahead and start wrapping up stream here. We went an extra half hour, which honestly flew by. So I'm perfectly fine with it. I got no issues with that at all. So I think we're going to go ahead and start to wrap it up. Call it a day. Alan will be on tomorrow, or not tomorrow, tonight, 1 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, cut my mic off. Alan will be on at 1 p.m. Eastern, or 1 a.m. Eastern, and then Jake will be on in the morning. Margin requirements for micros, I believe, is $100, but they have a list, so you can check that. It's easy. Sounds good, G Trades. You know, if Coachella's it, Coachella's it. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Y'all have a great rest of your night.